it. The button has been.
It's time for the shop report with.
Hey, what's the intro? What happened to the? Oh my gosh! Hey,
no. Standing ovation.
Hey,
ladies and gentlemen,
from
the ashes, from the depths.
Hey, first of all, I'm not hosting, so I don't know why y'all spotlight me.
Listen. Hey, man. Look, man. When the
what happened to the intro?
Listen,
if you're not going to do the intro, what I'm doing for?
You're not hosting.
Oh, let me be quiet then. Oops. All
right. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know what I mean? But nonetheless, bro, I'm so glad to see your mug. And that's a slick Carhartt hat, though, by the way. I love the vintage. I love the classic retro, the modern retro. I love that, bro. All you need is a Ford Bronco and the Ford Bronco shirt from PacSun, and you be in there. You look like you're ready to do an oil change and a tire rotation for $39.99. So you just need a Marlboro or Newport in your You just need a Marlboro or Newport and hang it like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Anything that'll kill you, huh?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the shop report. Of course, I am Double J, and of course, as you heard, the gentleman with the host with the most, none other than Sleepy G.
Oh yeah, shout out to Sleepy G. Hey, you want me to just control the buttons or what?
That ain't my name. That ain't my name. That ain't my name. I am wide awake. Oh, really? This is what we doing?
So why is he so small? What did it say the name? World champion. Oh, okay. So we got 10 speed and brown shoe on the P program today. Okay, I got you. All right, I got you. That's right. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, I know it's been a minute since your boy BSJ been on the screen. You understand? I'm trying to tell you, understand me, but life be life, and you know what I'm saying? Double J and Gully been holding it down. I'm just making a special appearance right now because we've been having the behind the scenes in our Discord chat. You know what I mean? It's about we've already had this discussion. Why am I feel like I'm leading here? Don't do that. Oh,
hey, whatever comes natural.
Whatever comes right, exactly. Wow. Whatever comes natural.
At my age, what comes natural was first preceded by some metal mucil. I'm just saying. We've been having this ongoing discussion about the NBA and NBA champion versus world champion. So apparently before Giannis made his little, little click video, little cute 1-2 step, Fred Astaire misstep, we've been going back and forth with this. So
let's hear it.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, play it.
Jokic. Okay. Giannis Antetokounmpo. You guys say Wemby.
Keep going. This is what I'm talking about. Yes.
Really? Dylan Brooks. Canadian. What are we talking about? It's not even Larry Markkinen. You want me to keep going? Shaq. No. Shaq played
real. Okay, so I like these because these are two ideas that if you run the tapes, these echo two ideas that I've been saying for quite some time. Me and you get into it all the time. And where this is going. First of all, when I say
Double J, pause that right quick. Pause that.
Let it run, bro.
No.
Let it run, bro.
Let me tell you what I'm saying. Let me pause that.
You can't interrupt the theme before. Man.
Let me tell you what I'm telling you. Pause that. First of all, I do not like the fact that I was not included in this. We've been going back and forth. Me and you been going back and forth. Like it's just you and Double J. I don't like not being included in the disclusion. Nah, that ain't even a word, but I just made it up because I'm rolling right now. Go ahead, Double J. Yes, I just that clip alone, I got a whole lot of contentious narrative about that. Go ahead. Yeah.
Can call themselves world champion. Giannis makes the point. Giannis helps to argue that point because what Giannis is saying right now is the best NBA players are international.
Wemby, Sabon.
Okay, so your honor.
You want to make open the arguments first?
Yeah, listen. Do what you got to do. Because guess what? Guess what? Jay got notes, baby. See what
That's fantastic.
Don't scratch
you got notes. I got quotes. Everything is gonna be said the way we spoke.
Oh, okay. So now you trying to take this page from my book. You just mad because when I say when I'm chilling, time killing, always willing, never illin'. Ain't no thing, can't complain. It's all the same. Ain't no definitely. I mean, the dog game. Bark 2 times for me if you know what. Oh, that's Miss Alba. Who's the second other guy? You know what? Tell Miss Alba we do not want to hear from her. Please put the Cristiano on because I'm sure the show will go a whole lot better with Cristiano. Yeah. All right. Here we go.
Oh,
right.
snap.
All right. Yes.
Thank you, Mrs. Alba.
Yeah. Okay. It's team up on J Day, but it's all good though. I survived Shawshank. Keep it going. What are we doing here?
We'll make it open the argument.
No. You've been attacking me. You've been attacking me.
No, I ain't been attacking you. You know it. I actually make the claim, so I guess I should probably make the claim.
Whoa. So you hold. So you make the claim. So you guess you should probably make the claim. Yeah. Okay. I got you.
Yeah, so I make the claim first. So I'm saying if we're talking about the court, I should probably be the plaintiff. I'm making the statement, and you arguing against the statement.
Okay, I'm just saying what you just said.
So, all right, listen. So if you don't mind, for the purpose of opening arguments, go ahead and send me in so that way we can make this.
Yes. Do what you got to do. Okay. Oh, there we go. Hey, there. All right.
Here we go. I'm ready. Nope, that's not me.
Oh my goodness! Did Miss Albert just say what I thought she said? That's what she's doing now.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, today you are going to hear an argument and a counter argument. Today, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to hear that the NBA champions can lay claim to being called the world champions, a claim that is able to be made by the NBA champions of an American basketball or American professional sports organization, a claim that is unique. The NBA and the NBA alone as it stands compared to the other professional sports leagues. My competitor will try to argue against that claim using a myriad of different reasonings that are all fallacies that I will disprove. Over the course of this argument, you are likely to hear comparisons to other eras and other years. I will stay in the modern era. I will stay with the current landscape of basketball, and I will contend, and I will make the argument to you that, in fact, the National Basketball Association champions can legitimately argue themselves as being world champions in the sport of basketball.
Okay. Shout out for that. Man, that sounded like chicken frying in there right there. Don't do that. That's disrespectful. I, BSJ, the guy who don't play, okay, when it comes to the program, you understand me? I just want to say 2 things to my, what would he be in this case, Double J? My counter arguing 2 and 10 top of this? I don't even know. But anywho, is he arguing? So is he the plaintiff and I'm the defending Antarian? Okay, good.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, so before I even make my point, ladies and gentlemen, I want to point out 2 things that my whatever you want to call him.
Oh,
Have this argument with Cleveland won. Who is this? Who did you didn't have?
It's Gibby, I think.
You didn't have. Oh, that's Gibby. Who didn't have this argument with Cleveland won?
That's Buffalo right there. That's Buffalo That's Buffalo saying that.
Okay, so you didn't have this. He's talking to you, obviously. But anyway, you just said
he's talking to you.
Well, I ain't had what argument when Cleveland won?
That they were the world champs.
First of all, This is how I know you don't. I can't know this person.
Hibby,
nothing. Yeah, he's talking to Darnell. That's what I thought. Exactly. He had to be talking to you because when Cleveland won the championship, you know I'm number one. This ain't about him, but I'm the number one LeBron detractor. I was not a Cavs fan at that moment. You know that. So he couldn't have been talking to me. What? Wait, does that make Double J? Yes, Double J is Judge Wapner in this case.
Yeah, I already know that I am in a biased. Listen, I already know that I am in a biased court because we've already heard Double J substantiate and validate and try to pontificate about the claims that you make.
Okay, but can you simmer down and let me substantiate?
Go ahead.
And articulate.
Go ahead, cogitate and ruminate while we had this debate. Make
sure you drink your Ovaltine, please. Anywho, you just said, now we're talking about whether or not the NBA champion or whatever.
I made my opening statement saying what we're about to hear.
Okay,
basically, we're talking about the nonsense that you're about to say. But go ahead.
All right. All right. Just let me know when it's my turn.
The floor is yours.
Thank you, Double J. My gosh, you know what I'm saying? He should get flagged for, you know what I'm saying, overuse of 15-yard penalty or something, for overuses of syntax or something. Anywho, yeah, can't nobody hear you, bro. You're not on screen. Shh, quiet on the set. Anywho, my opponent just said compared to the other sports leagues. So when we say world champion, are you specifically saying NBA? Because the NBA is not the only sports league that considers itself, when the champion is crowned, to be world champions. They do it in baseball and they do it in football. So you can't say compared to the other two, because they're as compared to the other two, you can't separate. They all say world champions at the end of the day. Hold on. And then you want to throw a little nugget in there talking about the modern era. No. If we're talking about world champion, this is what I do not like about people who make arguments based on selective perception. No disrespect, but selective perception, because we talk about timelines. You cannot use the middle of the timeline as the beginning. So let's go back. Now, side note, Jay, not saying nobody else is or ain't, Jay is a reader. Jay been reading since he was 5. Jay got sports books sitting behind him in his library case. Got Jim Brown's autobiography, got The League written by John Eisenberg, got False Start, okay? Got Jerry Kramer, legendary Packers offensive lineman, Lombardi's, yeah, that's right, played under Lombardi. Yeah, the same guy who said we ain't ever lose, we just ran out of time, okay? So through all these books I done read, the common theme when it comes to world champions is this. Let me ask you this. Since we talking about modern era, you can't talk strictly about modern era. You got to go back to when world champions was a term put in place. According to AI, now y'all know I don't really use AI. I'm still a microfiche type of guy. But because I didn't have time to go to the library, I went ahead and I asked AI. And let me tell you what AI said, since that's the norm nowadays. According to AI, not Iverson, winning an NBA championship does not technically make a team a world champion because the NBA is a domestic league limited to the United States and Canada and does not feature an open global tournament against international club teams. Because the NBA features the top players from across the globe, this is why today the NBA players trying to make this argument. Makes the aforementioned passage a disqualification. How? So because today's players are majority of them in the NBA are from around the world, how does it make the aforementioned passage I just read a disqualification? Then we want to talk about cultural tradition. So let's go back. Let's say Major League Baseball. Okay. Here's my contention to Giannis and Gully at Titacopopo. In 1905, Major League Baseball started calling their final game, the world, or whoever won the final game, a world champion. How many international players, when the term world champion was being used again in baseball, but not just baseball, football and basketball, when the term world champions was used, how many international players were on those teams when the world champion term, phrase, or whatever you want to call it, was first being used? How many international players were on those rosters? Let me give you this right here. Let me just say this. Because the term, I'm going to get my phone here in a second too. we're talking about the term and its evolution. But let me say this. In 1950, the Minneapolis Lakers played the Syracuse Nationals. You know how many international players were on those rosters at that time? 0. But yet and still, the Minneapolis Lakers won the championship, and they were called world champions. But if the Giannis is saying because of the international flavor, that's what justifies that being the case, then if it wasn't no international players on them teams when world champions was first being used, how can one be one but the other one not be that one, but they both be the same? And then explain the Olympics. Huh? Explain the Olympics. So my contention and my point is this. Can we please stop making the tip of the iceberg the whole berg? Huh? Just because they call it that don't mean that that's what it is or it's an definitive absolute. It's catchy. You see what I'm trying to say? World champion. Got you. But for real, you are an NBA champion because at the end of the day, the NBA champion plays in the National Basketball Association. If Giannis and these guys want to say that makes you a world champion legitimately, then guess what? Petition the commissioner to change the acronym from NBA to WBA, World Basketball Association. Because at the end of the day, like I said, I'm going to continue to say, just because I'm just using the Lakers for instance, just because the Los Angeles Lakers beat the Milwaukee Bucks in the finals, I know that didn't happen. I'm just trying to make a point here. If one player on the Milwaukee Bucks was like Giannis from Greece, who's to say? Because let me back up just a half a second. Somebody said the other day, well, they beat Wemby. The Knicks beat Wemby, so therefore, that's what make them world champions because he's from France. Well, how do we know that Wemby is the best player from France? See, when Argentina plays Spain or Greece plays, I don't know, Uruguay, whatever the case may be, the other guy on that team after Wemby, France, whatever it is, he might be better than Wemby, but we don't know because Wemby is the only representative over here in the States. And
why is Wemby the only representative over here in the States?
No, I'm talking about from France.
No, period. Your whole argument.
No, I'm not done.
Listen, man, you done gave a whole diatribe here, and I said nothing. Hold on, man. No, it's time. It is time. Listen, it is time. It is time now.
I wasn't done.
You wasn't done. I didn't start.
I'm not done.
If this is debate,
nothing, I'm not done.
This is debate. Listen, no. We're gonna bring no. Listen, you made a whole lot of points. You made a whole lot of points.
But I let you finish. But I let you finish.
You did not let me finish.
I did.
I made an opening statement. But now, see, first of all, fans, I want to let you know, I made an opening statement, and then he went right into arguments. He didn't even give you an opening statement. He went right into argument. Because I didn't even tell you what he about to tell you. He just went right into argument. First of all, so my silence is not for lack of poise or response.
You know why?
My silence is due to the fact that he done jumped the gun, but that's all right, though. You know what I'm saying? The tortoise and the hare.
You know why? Because anything lost can be found again except for time wasted. Jay don't waste time.
Yeah, that's except for your mind.
Poll is live down below if you guys would like to participate.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Double J, you done polled us. No, we ain't know we're done. Let me say this. Imagine the guys. No, listen.
Okay, go ahead.
What I'm saying is, in order to say that you're a world champion, the team that wins would have to have beat. That's why I asked the other day, how many roster spots are on a basketball team? 13, 15, right?
13, 15, yes.
Okay, so imagine all of the players who played in the at the Rucker back in the day, guys like Pee Wee Kirkland and all them guys that didn't make it to the NBA, and guys who did make it to the NBA like Dr. J and all them said, man, them guys was better than me. So Wemby may be France's best representative right? Because people say that, but do we really know? Because there are players probably in France that ain't even got here yet. That's probably better than Wemby. Now,
when you have a tournament at any given time, you're subject to have players that don't play in a tournament that may be considered better. But with any tournament, at any tournament, there has to be at some point a scale and scope. So if you're talking about the basketball,
the better sample size If the roster continues,
so at any given time, even in international play, what you're saying is it's possible that the best player in France may not even actually be on the team. But listen,
what I'm saying to you is one player from France does not make all of France.
In World Cup soccer, that team that might have won, Spain won the World Cup, but who's to say they really got the best Argentinians?
Okay, but let's say this.
Because maybe the Argentinians that played on the roster didn't had
who did Spain play?
Listen,
they didn't play Chicago.
You said no, they didn't play Chicago. They ain't
then.
The point. Make your point is it's possible that the best player that we consider the best may not in fact be the best because the best player.
But you have a better chance.
You talk about the possible best player may not have been on the roster. Listen, it's time, scale, and scope. If you know, and we all know that the NBA has a tournament at the end of their regular season to choose the best player, to choose the best team. I'm arguing that based on a preponderance of United States or North American basketball and their players being more than adept and performing well on the international stage consistently, that they can actually make a claim unique to the basketball. Probably North American football could also make the claim for them, but keeping in focus, I'm making the claim that based off of the performance of the United States American basketball teams and players that represent the National Basketball Association, their champions can lay claim to being world champions because we see internationally for 30 plus years internationally.
Is world champion a new term?
Excuse me?
Excuse nothing. When did world champion become a term?
What does this have to do with anything? I'm telling you what they are now.
No, you see. When did world champion become a term? When did it become a thing?
Do you know?
For sport. Yeah, I just said for baseball, it was 1905.
What about for football?
For basketball, it was like 1948 or 1949 because the NBA became a thing, James Naismith, 1947. Football was like, I don't know, somewhere around the early 1900s. So I'm asking you again. Because it's what it really is it's a cultural tradition thing.
You're arguing that it could be. You arguing that its origins could be anything.
Can I intervene here? Actually, the timeline is this: the 1947 to 1985, the championship series was officially called the NBA World Championship Series. So the winner was literally the NBA World Champion by the league's own naming convention. In 1986, hold on. In 1986, I'm just going to fill you in with the facts. You guys can take it from here. In 1986, the league rebranded the championship round to simply the NBA Finals, but teams, broadcasters, and fans largely continued using the World Champions label out of tradition.
Now, thank you. Now, let me.
We're talking about origins and traditions. That don't substantiate why I'm calling them world champions. You're giving me the etymology. Listen, giving me the etymology don't make your point, or it don't even make mine, and that's not even what I'm arguing.
Okay, but listen,
I'm not even arguing because of historically they need to be called. I don't care what they used to be called or the origins of why they said it was. The etymology.
You can't talk about today as if though yesterday don't matter.
But
yesterday came before today.
No, because here's the thing. Because what you say. Because here's what I can offer to you. The origins or the inception of the word world champions probably could have been flawed at its inception, but the landscape of the league that was playing back then is far more globally inclusive now than it was back then when they started calling themselves world champions. So if they lied, I can say for lie. If it was a falsehood in 1929, it's because there wasn't any international play in 1929.
Okay.
So in 1926,
ain't got nothing to do with international people coming over.
Yes, it does, because you're bringing up the point of why they saying this or origin, why they was calling themselves world champions in 1929 when they shouldn't have been. I'm telling you, the landscape of the league is totally different. So even if they shouldn't have been calling themselves world champions in 1926, in 2026, the claim is legitimate because of the landscape of basketball.
Thank you. I mean, I was going to use that next. That was part of my notes. But
that's great for Noah Lyles.
Okay, listen. What I'm saying is this: whether they had international play back then or not. We're talking about labeling yourself as a world champion.
Yes, you talk about the etymology of the term. And I have no argument with that. That is not my argument.
Therefore, it is a cultural tradition. And we all know that not every tradition
that has no bearing on what I'm saying.
Bro, here's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Different situation, but the premise is the same. There was a story about the young lady whose grandmother, whenever she would cook a ham, she would cut the ends off.
Yeah, and she asked her mother why.
Exactly.
And her mother would say, because my grandmother
why you do
she
that?
asked her grandmother why, because her grandmother said, because my pan was too small. So they
don't even know. So my point is, they don't even know today why they do what they do unless somebody told them. It's not because you're just doing something just because you're doing it, but not understanding why you're doing it. Just like Grant said when it comes to expressions. He said expressions are often repeated, but rarely, if ever, truly understood. So when I say to people,
I've been telling you that for 5 minutes. I don't care about the etymology of world champion. It has no basis on my argument today.
So wait a minute.
And I just got through telling you that if they called themselves world champions in 1926, that in fact probably was a falsehood.
Our tradition's broken.
Listen,
our tradition's broken. Are their traditions ever been broken?
I'm gonna tell you like this. Yes, the tradition has been broken because traditionally calling themselves world champion when the league wasn't international was flawed. So the tradition.
Now that the league is international, call it WBA. World Basketball Association, because just like AI said, domestic.
Listen, Claude tell you everything. Listen, if you tell
let me say this. North American sports leagues traditionally label their domestic winners as world champions. So let's stop right there. How is domestic and world champion? How do they belong in the same sentence?
Because the National Basketball Association is
in America.
It's based in America, yes, and it is organized by teams that have their bases inside of cities, inside of states in United. That is how the league is. It is stating the obvious of why the LA Lakers are the LA Lakers. Is because the organization is based out of Los Angeles, California. That's typically saying that is explaining the purple and gold jerseys, not the players within them. Okay, because Pau Gasol because when Pau Gasol was Spain's best player, he was a Laker. When Manu Ginobili was Argentina's best player, he was a Spur. Mm-hmm. When Giannis was Greece's best player, he was a Buck.
Okay, so speaking of
when Luis Scola was one of Spain's best players, he was a I think at the time he probably was a Rocket.
Okay, I said Rocket. Houston Rocket. Right.
My point is
the Houston Rocket
best players of so the best players in the world play inside of this league, and since 1992. The United States has sent the best players in America to play internationally in international competitions. So FIBA World Championships and World Cup Championships and Olympics. Those players are all collected and all players that play professionally inside of the NBA.
So then this past All-Star game, why they have World versus USA?
So since 1992.
Explain the Olympics.
So right. Because every player that plays in the Olympics for the United States plays on the NBA roster. And it's been that way since 1992. The last time it was in 1988 when they sent their college kids and they lost. And then that's when the Dream Team happened. So
why do they call it NBA champion at all then?
For 34 years, every player that's represented the United States, whether they won or lost, has come from the NBA.
Why do they call them NBA champions at all then?
Why do they call them world champions? Because every ring that they get say world champion.
Why do they call them NBA champions at all? If in fact you are the world champion.
They do call them both.
Why?
Because the league is the NBA, but their talent level and the tournament that they just won in, the New York Knicks that just won that tournament, not only did they win the NBA, but because they won the tournament of the best league professionally in the world, they are the world champions. Because I'll ask you this. Do you think in the 7-game series, What international team in a 7-game series, and you loved the Knicks, what national team in a 7-game series actually you think can beat them?
Slow down. I was rooting for the Knicks.
This year.
I was rooting for the Knicks. I don't love the Knicks.
No. Hold on.
I don't love the Knicks.
No. I'm not. No. Get back. No. Because for 3 seasons you've been talking about they've been on their way.
Okay, what they got to do with
and they arrived as champions.
Okay.
And
I'm a basketball analyst.
So has a basketball analyst.
Did you see me wearing Knicks? What Knicks gear did you see me wearing?
Listen, I wore a Spurs jersey. I was riding for my team.
I asked you what you're wearing. You said I love the Knicks. What Knicks gear did you see me wearing?
You loved the Knicks this year. Not to say you was a fanboy. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about
gear did you see me wearing?
Listen, I don't care what year.
Any Knicks?
I'm telling you, you love the way they played basketball, and you thought that they were going to win. They were going to be.
So loving the way they play basketball don't mean I love them.
And it should have been a problem 2 years before.
I love Villanova and Arkansas. And at one point, the Miami Hurricanes.
I'm telling you, you love the Knicks because of the style of basketball that they play, and ultimately that style of basketball that they play gave them the championship. All right, cool.
I love anybody that style of play.
All right, so listen. So what I'm saying to you is,
saying because the girl say hi to you, that means she likes you.
You suggest that the Knicks,
man, that don't mean that.
So you suggest that the Knicks,
say hi to me,
so you suggest that the Knicks couldn't stand a chance versus an international team?
What?
Are you suggesting that in a 7-game series the Knicks have no chance versus Team France?
That's what if.
If you take no, I'm asking you. I know it's a what if.
No,
you got to know if you believe something or not.
I don't know. That's what
you don't know if you believe that.
Believe what? I said,
do you think that the New York Knicks in a 7-game series have a chance, have a substantial chance at beating an international team? Can they beat Team Greece?
Listen, I know didn't nobody think the Knicks had a chance to get the Spurs, and I thought better in that case.
I just got to telling you that, and you talking about I love them.
You said you said you love the Knicks.
Yes, that team that won. I'm saying because you said it because of the style of game, the style of play, and you said that last year about the Knicks.
The style of play,
and then you said that the year before about it. So listen, your liking of the New York Knicks style of basketball is 3 years in the making. You like the way that they played, and you thought that they were on their way. They finally won.
Played when they won.
And they finally won. And so the point I'm bringing up, the reason why
the Warriors played when they won.
The reason why I'm saying that is because for 3 years,
I like the way the Pistons played when they won.
That's fantastic. All right, so when they won and they beat whomever team that they played in the finals, that team that they played in the finals was a team that was in the best league professionally in the world. No question. You know why the NBA is the best league in the world professionally? It's because, first of all, again, I'll say it. Okay, thank you. They pay the most money. So because they pay the most money, they have the best ability to recruit the best players and cherry pick from the rest of the world, which is why Giannis is here, Luka is here, Joker is here, and Sabonis is here, and marketing is here. Okay, so they have the ability to extract the best players from around the world to play in their league. Only NBA players represent represent Team America in international play since 1992. Anytime, and you can look this up.
I don't know about that. When did Oscar Schmidt last play?
Oscar Schmidt isn't American, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, I'm just saying, but Oscar Schmidt was when he played for Brazil or whatever it is. He was balling out, and they won a couple of them.
Right,
he didn't never play in the NBA.
That was before 1992.
That's why I asked you when.
I've been telling you since 1992.
So he didn't play in 1992 because I remember him, but I don't remember.
So if he did play, he got beat by a collective. He got beat by a collective of NBA players, which is making my point.
Okay, so then
NBA players have only represented America.
WBA then.
They don't have to change their name. They don't have to change their name, bro.
Why?
They don't have to change their name.
If you're a world champion, then you should be a world association.
They don't because
if you are a world champion, then you should be a world association.
Yes, the association that they have with the world is every time an NBA champion is on a team, that team wins.
Bruh, domestic and foreign are not the same.
No kidding.
They're not synonymous.
No kidding.
So either you're gonna be one or the other. You can't have your shoes on the wrong feet.
Yes, they can.
Walking in a straight line.
Because if you are in the best league professionally in the world and you win in that league, and no team, listen, Double J.
Has the USA ever lost in the Olympics?
Yes, they have.
So then,
who did they lose to?
It don't matter.
Oh, yes, it does.
It don't matter.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Double J, go ahead and bring up the losses. Bring up the losses that the Team USA. Bring up the losses. Bring up the losses. Bring up every team. No. I'll tell you what. You can bring up the losses and then tell me this. Bring up the winning team of whatever tournament they lost. Bring up the team. So when America lost in a tournament, whether it be the Olympics or FIBA, give me the team that won the tournament. You feel free to give me the team that they lost to. Give me also the team that won, because we're talking about winners and championships, right? That's exactly what we're talking about. So give me the team that won. You're muted.
So all time, starting with the 1972 gold medal game, they lost 51-50 to the Soviet Union.
Okay, all time. Go ahead. Remember my claim. My claim has been 34 years. I started in 1992 for a reason. Because hold on. Because in 72, hold on, wait. In 72, was the United States sending professional players, or were they sending colleges? Were they sending collegiate athletes?
College kids.
Okay, they were not sending their pros. They were not sending their best, even in 72. Which actually speaks to my claim. When the United States sends their pros win.
Okay, so when the United States first sent when the United States first sent their pros over there, how many international players were on that first team?
How many international players were on what team?
On the Dream Team.
0.
Okay, so
0.
Okay, so the team that they beat had NBA players?
I believe. Well, Tony Kukoc had not yet.
Double J, did the team that the United States beat have NBA players?
I don't think they had any NBA players.
In which year?
In 92.
The first year.
Yeah, of the Dream Team.
Well, of course they had NBA players.
The other team?
The team which team?
That they beat.
The team that they beat.
All right, one moment.
Oh, hey, no, you got to bring that up. Prop need to come back in the chat. He just hit me up. Prop need to come back in the chat and clarify.
That's Miss Alva.
No, I know. I'm asking Prop to come back in the chat if he can.
So you need help.
I don't need help. I need no. Listen.
Listen. I can use a lifeline too.
He the one that got the clarification he got to make. That's what I'm saying. He the one that got to clarify.
Oh, okay.
All right. So it looks like the final round was the U.S. versus Croatia.
Yes, U.S. versus Croatia. Right. Tony Kukoc was on that team, correct?
So for me, it's almost like, you remember that skit David Chappelle did about how the ladies dress? You know what I'm saying? Just because you dress as a police officer, that don't make you one. If
that got nothing to do with what we're talking about at all. It's not remotely relative.
Listen,
it's not.
Why not?
It's not remotely relative.
In a figurative sense, yes, it is.
Because there is no falsehood about the NBA champions being world champions. I'm telling you right now. Since 1992, the league is still because to your technical point, the league is still organized nationally. The players that play nationally represent the champions of every single international competition. Not only do they represent the champions that play in any international competition, the NBA players are always the team leaders in production on every winning champion, whether it's Team USA that wins or whether it's a team.
But that's fine.
That's not fine. That's taking no. That's not. That can't be fine for you, because if it's fine for you, that means this argument is over with,
bruh.
This argument is over with, because this is what I'm telling you. Yes, it is. It certainly means yes, it is, because the NBA. Think about it like this.
If it's limited to the United States,
thank you, Prop. Appreciate you, bro.
Hey, give him a clap.
Hey, listen.
If the NBA is a domestic league limited to the United States and
organized
and does not.
Yep. Okay. Barbecue chicken.
Barbecue chicken alert. Oh,
if the NBA is a domestic league,
it's organized
limited to
domestically.
the United States and Canada,
That's
and
where the
does
teams
not
are.
feature an open global tournament against international club teams, how you gonna sit here and tell me that that's because they got Giannis, whoever it is, that's what justifies them being a world champion?
Okay,
I'm saying to you,
Double J, you
reason
started
why they
making a
call the
point,
world
Double
champion.
J. Double J, and I'm asking you. You feel free to go from 1972 to 1992, but I'm asking you specifically.
No, you got to start from when teams the winners start being called world champion. You
well,
can't pick and choose.
Your very own Greg Popovich has suggested that he is in agreement with the FIBA officials who.
That's fine.
Years
and
ago,
for all all the respect I have for Greg Popovich, I disagree.
That's fine. You can do that, but that don't mean he's wrong.
I'm telling you why. I'm telling you why.
Listen, you can tell me why, but just because you disagree don't mean he's wrong.
I'm telling you this.
You in disagreement of what Pop said makes him wrong. How?
Because Double J, if we can get here, Double J, please tell me since 1992, when has America failed to win a tournament? And when they have, tell me what team won the tournament that America did fail to win.
Well, just to confirm, in 92, it was against Drazen Petrovic, of course, and ultimately Tony Kukoc was
right. It was against a player that the Bulls were about to sign, and New Jersey Nets best player, and the New Jersey Nets best player.
So Kukoc was already with the Bulls?
No, they had committed to sign him. He hadn't played yet.
Was he already with the Bulls?
No, he hadn't played yet. No, they signed him in the offseason. They signed him that year. He hadn't played. But Drazen either was a Net by then or he was still a Blazer. I think it was a New Jersey Net by then.
Double J, is the NBA playoffs an open global tournament against international club teams?
Absolutely, it isn't.
Not in its current rendition, but again, with the potential expansion to NBA Europe.
No, Double J,
they are
please continue
having
telling me.
Thank you.
Correct.
Double J,
tell us
please
what Pop
continue.
said.
Double J, please continue.
Tell us what Pop
telling
said.
me when the United States team lost, whatever year they lost in the international tournament. Tell me about the team that won the tournament. Tell me the teams.
Whatever he tell you, it's still not an open global tournament.
Yes, it is.
It's not.
Yes, it is.
The NBA playoffs is played in
Barbershop. I just asked him to tell us, whenever the United States lost in the open tournament, tell me about the team that won that tournament that they lost.
So the next
no.
Would have been
No. That's exactly my point. You can't remix my question. Answer the question, Double J. When Double J, when the United States lost a tournament, tell me about the team that won the tournament. Just name the team that won the tournament first.
Well, that won the tournament or the losses in particular? Because
no,
if you
Double J,
look at the group
tell me.
stage,
Okay, listen. All right, Double J. I'm asking for two things. First, tell me when America didn't win. Tell me who they lost to. Also, tell us whatever tournament that they lost in. Tell me the team that won. And this is a very specific.
Tell us where it was at.
It was an international tournament. These are already international tournaments. I'm telling you, it's either going to be FIFA or the world, or it's going to be FIFA.
Where was it held?
I'm sorry,
it's going to be America.
FIFA. Excuse me?
Excuse you. Listen.
No, the international tournaments, Barbershop. So any international tournament is going to be an international game, whether this be FIBA or the Olympics. I'm asking for those global tournaments that you swear up and down that America got to compete in order to be called world champions. I'm asking about those tournaments. Yes, you are. Yes, you saying that.
I said the NBA is a domestic league.
That's fine. The NBA is
so being it that it's a domestic league. At what point does the NBA playoffs include going overseas to play a game?
I'm telling you, because the skill level of the NBA far surpasses.
This ain't got nothing to do with the skill level as much as it is. Where is the game being played at?
Okay, so listen, because we're not getting to my point.
Playoffs at?
Listen, you keep arguing that same point, and we got you there. And this is the point that because the point that you're making. You won't let me finish my argument to counter it. I'm telling you, it's already well established. The NBA plays their tournaments domestically. I'm telling you, the NBA champion can call themselves world champion because of the following logic. Double J, Finally,
Just
can
because
you
you call
tell us?
yourself, listen, just like I said,
No,
I made the day.
Double J, tell us
you call
when.
yourself
No,
a police
we already
officer,
heard
don't
that.
make you one.
Double J, when has a? I'm listen, because here's what I'm asking you first. Double J, tell me when America lost. Tell us that. Let's just run down the list. When has America lost internationally?
So the next loss
since 1992.
Since 92. Okay.
Yep.
Would have been 2004 Athens group stage versus Puerto Rico 92-73.
Okay, who won that tournament?
Who won in 2004?
Yeah, the team, the tournament.
I believe that would have been Argentina. I'm going, yeah.
Okay. Now Argentina. Tell me, who were the standout players on that team?
Well, one of them was Manu Ginobili.
Who was the team leader in production?
Well, let's see. Hang on. Well, remember there were more losses in that tournament in particular.
I want to know about the team that won. Noting. Yeah, and I want to know about the teams that won.
Well, it looks like so there was Luis Scola, Pepe Sanchez, Fabricio Oberto.
Yep.
Walter Herman.
Hey, listen, 3 years. This and Fabricio Oberto.
Carlos Delfino played for the Pistons as well.
Fabricio Oberto was 3 years shy of winning a title as the starting center for the San Antonio Spurs, the team that Popovich say, the coach, my beloved coach, who say that FIBA don't have it right.
Let me ask you this.
I believe
why would he say
Knicks
something like that? Why would Pop say something like that? If anything else Pop say is taken as the holy grail, why he say something like that if it was no merit in it whatsoever?
I'm not arguing that it don't have no merit. I understand the logic because he's making the same appeal you are. I'm telling you this.
But listen,
he's making the same appeal you are, and I
say that world champion. People say that. Listen, but you're saying that people saying that you're saying that people who say that you can't call the world champion is wrong.
I am. I'm saying that yes. Because the quality of NBA basketball is so elite and superior to that of the rest of the world that either American players who represent the world internationally, either they win because every team that America has put up internationally has been comprised of only NBA players, or in the event that American did not win, the team that has won since 1992 has always been led by an NBA player. You gave us Argentina in 2004 winning the gold medal, led by NBA veteran Manu Ginobili.
Who gave you that?
Double J just submitted it.
Oh, okay, I'm about to say
that was one of the losses. But in fairness, Gully, to your question, you did say name all of the losses. So I do want to say we talked about the Puerto Rican team in particular.
Yeah, listen, America lost to Greece, and Greece had 0 players, right? Was that 2006?
Well, in the Olympics specifically, they also lost to Lithuania in the group stage 94-90.
Yep, they lost to Lithuania. Yes, they did.
And the team. And how many?
Zero. They lost to play. Yes, they lost to teams that had 0 NBA veterans.
Interesting. All right, from a judge perspective, so you are acknowledging.
And yes.
Okay, but you're saying, you're saying that either way, whether it was all USA players or whoever they lost to had at least one NBA player on it.
That's exactly my point.
But he just said that team they lost to didn't have no NBA player on it.
The team that won the tournament was represented by an NBA veteran that led that team in production.
Did the United States lose to Lithuania?
All right, so listen, how can something that has happened for 34 years just still be a coincidence after 34 years? 3.5 decades.
For the same reason after 20 years. No, never mind. Anyway,
how? Okay, no.
I ain't even saying
after 34 years, after 3.5 decades of a phenomenon happening.
Listen, bruh, now you're talking about life, because there's a whole lot of people can tell you they did stuff for a whole long years and say, man, matter of fact, you can go on Facebook right now and they be like, I was today's year old when I learned this. Yeah, there's a whole lot of people that went through life. A whole lot of people are today's years old that what they've been doing all their life ain't right.
A whole lot of people are learning by being today's years old that in fact the NBA should be able to call themselves world champions. I'm gonna give you another example.
Okay, just because you should don't mean listen.
They should because they've earned.
You should don't mean it is.
Because the NBA has earned that distinction. through its representation on the world stage.
Just because you can don't mean you always should. So just because you should or you could, that don't make it an absolute.
Yeah.
You're making it seem like your argument is and any other argument ain't.
No. To make an argument, somebody's got to. Yes, in fact. So if we're making this a binary, yes, in fact, I'm willing to take that risk because it's an argument for the affirmative. The argument for the affirmative is based off of 3.5 decades of NBA players winning and representing teams that win internationally.
Okay, so let me ask you this then: how much longer than the 34 decades? How long the NBA been around? Longer than 34 years. Longer than 34 years.
And when did the NBA start sending their professionals to play? When did America start sending its professionals to represent America internationally?
1992. But here's the thing.
Ain't no but here's the thing. That's the whole point I'm making. That's the point I'm making. This is the point I'm making. When the NBA was when the NBA represented internationally.
So then, so then before then, what was the whoever won the title was called what?
Didn't I already tell you that? I already gave you that they maybe shouldn't have been called world champions. I've already said that was the very beginning.
Therefore, the basis for it.
Now, wait a minute. I do want to point out. Remember, FIBA is of course operates slightly different than I know it's the FIBA rules in the Olympics,
but that's why USA played struggle.
That the U.S. did lose in the 2002 World Cup to both Argentina, which of course, Gully would have been a very comparable roster to the Olympics that we discussed. But then also they lost to Yugoslavia and Spain.
Who won that tournament that America lost? Who won that tournament?
In that particular, so let's find out.
Because you brought a 92, right? 92 of FIBA games?
No, 2002.
2002 FIBA games, yes.
Your Honor, it is my contention.
Germany, or no, I'm sorry, Yugoslavia won it.
Your Honor, it is my contention.
Who's on that roster in Yugoslavia?
Oof. Let's see.
It is my contention, Your Honor, that the term world champion is far more catchier than NBA champion. That's why, as a tradition, it done stuck.
Peja Stojakovic, Vladimir Radmanovic, Marko Jaric.
Okay, Peja Stojakovic. Tell me, production-wise, who was the leading points per game for that team that won in 2002?
How you don't know that though? You making the case?
He's looking at the numbers. He's looking at the numbers.
How you don't know that? You the one making the case.
Here's the deal. Because here's the thing. If you're good at it, you say it. If you're great at it, people will tell it for you. So, Double J, tell us who was the leader points per game for that Yugoslavia team.
Points per game would have been Peja Stojakovic.
Okay, an NBA veteran led a national team to a national championship, to an international. The NBA veteran led a national team to an international win.
He sure did, and
which substantiates my case. You don't get it done internationally without being led by NBA veterans.
Therefore, because yours is substantiated.
So
anybody else is unsubstantiated. That is the case.
Let's follow it. Because internationally, NBA veterans lead international teams to win international champions. And because they are international professional players, they're spending more time playing in the NBA to hone their skills before international play. Because so
then the NBA champion, the New York Knicks,
yes,
the NBA champions are world champions.
Yes, because they are playing in bar none, they are playing in the most competitive league in the world. Because he just brought it up in 2002, a Yugoslavia team led by Peja Stojakovic, who, might I add, was a third option for his Sacramento Kings team. So the third option of an NBA team is an international champion leader.
So then it's
give us the next time.
Domestic.
Excuse me?
Is it domestic? Is the NBA a domestic league?
54 minutes ago, we said that. is a domestic league. Here's the deal. The third option on a domestic league led a team to an international championship. Your third best leads the world.
Listen, I'm asking you, when these teams played, where were they? Were they in New York and Chicago?
No. When they played internationally, they played the games internationally. So if coincidentally, for example, in 1996, Dream Team 2 happened, right? Coincidentally, America had been awarded the Olympic Games in Atlanta. So even though it was an international competition, they played it in Atlanta, but that don't mean that it wasn't an international competition because they played the rest of the world.
Gotcha.
Okay. I just said to you, Yugoslavia won an international competition. And the player that led an international team to win an international competition is the third best scoring option on the NBA team he played on.
So if that's good. Team then why call him an NBA champion at all?
Because they play in the National Basketball Association.
It's national, and again, not worldly.
Listen, Spot Shadow, please, because this is the argument.
National Basketball Association, not World Basketball Association.
Because that is what legitimizes the NBA champions being called the world champions.
Y'all confusing people. Ask Pop.
No, we're not confused. There's no confusion here. Listen, let me help make up your mind for you. Bro, listen, I just told you.
They should remove national from it.
You gave me the structure. You gave us the structure. You gave us the structure of the league.
From basketball, they should remove.
No, they don't need to remove it. No, they don't. Because the team is because the Knicks don't play Team Germany. The Knicks don't play Team Lithuania. The Knicks don't play Team Yugoslavia. What the Knicks do, they play the
Knicks are in the National Basketball Association.
They are in a league organized in America. The concentration and quality level of that league is above any international league. Here's another fact for you. How many retirees from the National Basketball Association have second lives over international playing?
I have no idea.
Okay, yeah. So for example, look at Stephon Marbury's contribution to the Shanghai Ducks after he left.
First of all, they called the Shanghai Sharks.
Yeah, okay. Shanghai Sharks.
Right.
His contributions to that league. How many championships did he win leading that team?
I don't know. They don't show them games over here. You know why? Because they're not domestic.
Right. But you know what though? Here's the deal. By the time he had a second life and led those teams, he was already done in this league. He was virtually a retiree. They had stopped giving him chances. Now he proved internationally he still can play at a professional level, such that he helped his teams dominate in a whole nother league and a whole nother country on a whole nother continent. But that guy, production wise, he couldn't get it. He was no longer deemed to be able to get it done in the NBA. Okay. So the NBA's retirees, the NBA's legacy players continue to have second lives internationally and lead teams to the international championship.
Gotcha. From my understanding,
just
like we mentioned the World Cup.
Yeah.
A world champion to me, because I don't technically in technicalities, a world champion is a team that plays when Spain plays Uruguay and United States plays. Matter of fact, hold on, Double J. Let me ask you this question. Come back right quick, Double J. Let me ask you this.
You're gonna bring up soccer, and I told you this claim that I'm making is exclusive. And listen, I started.
I'll allow it.
No,
yeah,
hold on,
Double J. Double J. How many foreign players? No.
This is an argument that goes against my claim. My claim was never about every sport. My claim was exclusive to NBA.
No. You talking about world, but a world champion is in every sport.
No, I said this claim.
What do they call it? The NHL champion.
They call them world champions.
Okay, so then the world champions every sport.
I don't care.
You can't be selective. We talking about leagues that call them champions, world champions.
That's not my argument. That is not my argument. I'm telling you,
how many foreign players are on the USA soccer team?
Because the crux of my argument is that basketball. The sport of basketball is played at the best and highest level.
Oh, so they're an exception to the rule.
NBA.
They're an exception to the rule.
Exactly.
Oh,
okay. That is
so
the big listen. You're not saying anything new. This is what I started with.
What he's saying is you can pick and choose.
No, I said that this claim is exclusive to the NBA. No, I'm not saying you know. That's what you saying. You listen. You hear.
Double J,
listen. Just to answer his question quickly, it is 13, so half of the roster was dual citizens.
Oh, really?
Half of the roster for who?
For United States?
Yeah, they've been poaching lately.
Oh, poaching. Okay, do the poaching. Okay, I got you.
So my claim is exclusive to the NBA. I said the NBA teams can call themselves world champions.
Oh, okay.
Because the NBA has the competitive edge internationally.
Why do they call themselves NBA champions at all?
Because the league is organized in the side of the United States. That's why. So they can call themselves, but there's no league that has as competitive an edge as the National Basketball Association. I led with that. That was my very first.
Maybe I'm just old. But I don't understand. I just don't understand that a league that's limited to the United States and Canada,
the league
don't play no open global tournament against international club teams.
Listen. So
why is Adam Silver talking about adding foreign teams to the NBA?
Let me make it more sense for you.
Why? Why is why did in the All-Star game did the world versus USA?
And notice
if there's not a distinction.
Hold on, wait. That doesn't even listen. That does so much for my argument and gets yours.
Oh, okay, got you.
The idea of it is
which one? Adam Silver adding international teams?
Both of them. Because if that's the case, what will end up happening is the
NBA might actually have a real world champion.
No. So what will happen is the NBA Europe,
and it won't be a technicality.
The NBA of Europe will absorb the best players from the leagues in the countries that those teams are going to show up in. So if you look at it, you look at the Italian professional league, I guarantee you some of the best and brightest players from the Italian professional league will end up coming to NBA Europe. Again, soaking up the best talent internationally. And so when they do that, and then they play against the New York Knicks, and so when they do that and they play against the New York Knicks and the NBA Germany team wins,
then and only then will I consider them a world champion. You're right.
Why?
Because it won't be a technicality.
But I want to question you both on the purity of the game, right? Go back to the 1936 Olympics. James Naismith throws up the tip ball, the jump ball for there in Berlin. And obviously Germany is likely one of the destinations given kind of the emergence of the sport over there, in particular, where bids are roughly $500 million to $1 billion in order to get a franchise. You guys tell me, does that impact the purity of the sport from the park to?
No, not listen. It's all inclusive if you're a world champion.
Right.
It's all inclusive if you're a world champion, but you're a world champion, but you can't be an NBA champion because you're a world champion.
That's what you say.
No, I ain't saying that.
Exactly what you say. I'm telling you that once you win a world title, the contention is once you've won a world title in the NBA, once you've won an NBA title, you've played the best collective competitors in the world at the sport. This is why I said from the beginning. This is why I said from the beginning, the NBA lays claim. I reserve this statement exclusively for the NBA, not for soccer, not for baseball, not for hockey. I didn't even say it for football because that's a whole nother conversation. But it's also you can also say it for that keep us.
No, you can't. No, you really don't want to do that. So
yes, you can. Yes, you absolutely can for football. It's our sport.
No, you can't.
Listen, we can say, hey, we can have part two of this. We can have part two of this.
Because we already did that. Just like people discount the Browns 64 championship because it ain't called the Super Bowl.
And the 1932 Purdue national title in basketball with John Wooden as a player because of this similarly. Because like I put in the Discord, there was a time in the NFL when it was called the NFL championship.
That's fantastic.
Okay, so then you said we can make a case you can make the same case.
We can make a case that we can make a case that the National Football League, North American professional football, the champions of that league are the best at playing that sport in the world. We can also make that claim here. Okay, but let's stick to basketball because you're having a hard time with this.
That's fine. Yeah, all right, that's fine. So the Patriots played Ryan Fire in NFL Europa.
How many players from Ryan Fire?
I don't care.
Played in the NFL.
I don't care. Where was the Ryan
How
Fire?
Many players?
Where was the Ryan Fire located?
But see, that's what I'm going to ask you all here, because obviously that is, again, we look at the current format of the current pulse of the NBA, and I think you have 135
international players.
Yep, and roughly 40 countries represented. And obviously, they're not going to add 40 teams internationally, but if you go to Slovenia as an example, or to France, and that's where Wemby is located, and his team, do
you think Wemby was the 20th best French player? No, in your estimation, when he was recruited and drafted by the Spurs, you think he was like the 20th or 25th best player?
I don't know.
Was he not or would? I mean, I'm just saying.
No. That's the same.
Do you think he was among the goodest players? Do you think he was among the good players, or was he among the best that France had to offer?
Listen, I don't know.
I don't know. Among the good players,
I don't know. Because just like Pee Wee Kirkland said, just like Pee Wee Kirkland said,
hey, listen, hold on.
Ask me the same question. Ask me the same question. Let me answer it.
So Jonas Ilgauskas was among the good.
Can I answer the first one? Can I answer the first one? I don't know. Because just like Pee Wee Kirkland said when them cats came to the Rucker, not every player that played in the NBA was the best. He said we had cats that played at the Rucker that was better than Dr. J. But we don't ever saw them because them cats got lost to the streets. So I don't know if Wemby the best. Because it's another dude in France. I don't know his name, but he on his way. Just like I be telling people.
And if he arrives,
Just like
if he arrives, if he becomes bar none the best, you think he ain't gonna end up in an NBA jersey?
Just like I be telling people. When you whoa.
See?
Say that again.
Thank you very much.
No.
This is exactly my point.
No, say that again.
Yeah, I'm glad it hit you the way it hit you.
Say that again.
Glad it hit you.
Say that again.
I said
because it sounded ridiculous. That's why I said whoa.
Ridiculous. It sounds like when Arvydas Sabonis finally became a Portland Trailblazer. After dominating his league, he became an NBA player. It's speaking exactly to the point that I'm making. The best of the world eventually becomes an NBA player. They suit up in an NBA jersey. And NBA players represent world champions.
Yes, they do.
4 years.
The name on the front of that jersey do not say Slovenia.
NBA players represent
until the name on the front of that jersey. Until the name on the front of that jersey say Slovenia, you're a National Basketball Association champion.
National Basketball Association champion.
Yeah, exactly.
And no talent. No league at the level of talent that the NBA has on the front. Playing basketball.
Until it say Uzbekistan, I ain't trying to hear you, man.
Listen, how many countries are there in the world?
Hey, listen.
If that's the case,
really. So now we doing history lessons.
If that's so, hold on, wait, because you love this international thing.
Now I love the international thing. Why I love it?
So have a national
team.
First,
I love the Knicks. Now I love this international thing. Based on
yes,
what?
you do. Because listen, the crux of your argument is they got to play in an international tournament. Well, if every country ain't represented in that tournament internationally, how can they be called world champions? How many countries competed in the World Cup this year? Was it 64?
I have no idea.
It was significantly less than the amount of countries totally in the world. So countries don't even have a national team to compete.
The Spain soccer team ain't in America.
How can it be a world champion if countries in the world didn't even have a chance to compete? Not even lose. It wasn't that they lost. They don't have teams. If you want to call it a world championship, every team got to be able to compete in it.
How do you know that they didn't have some sort of pre-qualifier or something and them teams didn't get in because they got knocked out by the team that did get in?
Because they only had 64 teams invited to the tournament. How many countries are there in the world? Significantly more than 64.
What if them teams can't even field one? What if they can't field a soccer team?
So if they can't field a soccer team, but it's a country in the world, then you don't have a world championship because you had a team that can't field. Because you're saying they got to play internationally. So every team, every country in the world got to be able to compete in this tournament in order for them to be a legitimate world champion. Okay, that is not the claim I'm making. That is the claim that you're making.
So how many teams in the world played in America? Not players. How many teams in the world? Teams.
I don't know. They don't. But this is your argument.
They don't.
But this is your argument. So I don't know.
I'm telling you, they don't.
Again, my argument is about the concentration level. Listen, my argument is about the concentration level of that said talent. And I'm telling you, that's why I say that. You can give me all the scale and scope about international, because even you agreeing with Pop, if you don't have every country in the world represented in said tournament, then you can't legitimately call them a world champion either. Okay. Because you don't have every country in the world represented.
Okay. According to who? You?
According to you.
What you mean?
I mean exactly what I mean. If a country
it's a larger contingent of world teams in that World Cup than it is in America.
So if a country can't get a team into the tournament, how can it be a world champion? Because like you said, the best players, you gave the Pee Wee Kirkland argument. He didn't never make it to the league.
Just like I said.
Neither did Oscar Schmidt. So we don't know.
Hold on. Oscar got drafted by the Nets, so he chose not to play.
Okay, so if Western Africa can't get their players to the tournament, then how can it be a world champion?
Because you got Spain.
If Egypt for some reason can't get their team, if there's a conflict internationally and it prevents a team of players getting, how can we call them world champions?
Because
let's say, God forbid, I don't wish this on anybody. So hold on. So wait a minute. So Spain won the World Cup, but let's say in the next 4 years, we know Spain got a proven track record of success internationally. Spain, they're the defending World Cup champs. If for some reason, by circumstance, Spain can't get a team to play in the World Cup, how can we call the World Cup champions World Cup? Because we know Spain, for whatever reason, couldn't get there. And we're not talking about them playing.
Because there are far more countries represented in the World Cup than there are in the NBA playoffs.
No, but
here's the quote from Coach Pop. Whenever you guys are ready.
Yep.
Pop it up, Double J. Even though I got on glasses, I can't see nothing.
So there are no world champions in the NBA. So anybody that has the flag up that says world champions is not correct, said Popovich. The world champions, I believe, are the Spanish team right now. U.S. is the Olympic champion. The Lakers are the NBA champion. It doesn't make sense for an NBA team to call themselves world champions.
Gotcha.
I don't remember anybody playing anybody outside our borders to get that tag. Isn't that true? I keep waiting for somebody to tell me I've missed something. When someone mentioned Toronto, Pop said, there's a team in Canada that's true. The world's bigger than North America. I know sometimes we're arrogant as Americans and we don't respond to the rest of the world, but it's true. There's a big world out there.
I think Pop agrees with your statement as far as the etymology of the term.
Man, we're not going to discount etymology like it ain't in the dictionary.
No, I'm not discounting it, but I'm telling you what I'm saying is I'm arguing that for 34 years, the etymological history of why they say world champions don't apply anymore. Because you keep arguing this, and we 40 minutes ago, Double J, I need you to get back up here, Judge.
No, Double J, I need you to replay Pop's statement again.
I asked you because you continued to lie. Like I told you, I know
Pop didn't make that statement in 1936.
You kept allowing
him to make that statement in 1936. He made that statement 10 minutes ago.
I asked you, Double J. I asked you every time the United States lost, and I asked you the tournament that they lost, who won?
I don't care.
I know you don't care because you don't want to make this. I know you don't care because you don't like you don't like the presence of something being right that you ain't applying.
See, I don't listen.
Like I said,
no, I don't care about right and wrong. I don't care about right and wrong. I don't care about that. You can have that. I don't care about winning and losing. Excuse me. I don't care about wins and losses. That ain't what I'm here for. Sports talk ain't who I am. It's what I do.
Okay. I'm telling you, like I said.
So what Pop said is irrelevant because Giannis played for The Washington General Nationals. Bucks.
I'm saying yes. Man, I'm actually taking that challenge. I'm arguing yes. What you said, I'm saying Pop's statement is misapplied because I'm saying the best concentration of talent of the sport of basketball is in this league.
Say it's wrong. Because that's what you've been saying from the beginning.
That's fine.
I'm willing to say an NBA champion, but not a world champion.
It is incorrect.
Don't say misappropriate. Don't say misapplied. Because your end game keeps changing.
It is wrong because it is misapplied. That is why it's wrong. That is why it's wrong. His statement is inaccurate because there's a misimplication here.
Okay, so then
concentration
don't have no merit.
Well, excuse me?
Excuse your self. It don't have no merit.
You keep trying to tell me other stuff that I'm saying. I keep telling you why it's wrong.
Therefore, Pop's statement don't have no merit. If it's wrong, then it don't have no merit whatsoever.
Listen, you're not allowing me to qualify why I'm saying that. Because you keep telling me it's wrong, you don't got no merit.
You're doing the same thing. You keep asking the same question 52 times.
No. He ain't even got an answer yet. He ain't even got an answer yet.
Well, the winner of 2006 was the Spanish team.
Who led on the Spanish team?
And that was Mark and Pau Gasol.
Mark and Pau Gasol, NBA veterans. Was Mark Gasol in the league at that time in 2006? I don't think he was there yet.
I don't think he was about to enter the league.
He was about to enter the league, but Pau was, right?
Correct.
Pau was the leading point production, right?
More than likely, I believe.
Okay, no. We got to be official. We got to be official. Yeah, we got to know. We got to know. We got to know that the NBA player in 2000. We got to know that Memphis Grizzlies veteran Pau Gasol was the leading.
It was Pau Gasol and then Juan Carlos Navarro.
Mm-hmm. Juan Carlos, also an NBA veteran.
Pau Gasol wasn't with the Grizzlies.
Yeah, he was.
Mark Gasol was with the Grizzlies.
No, Pau was traded
there first. Yeah,
Pau was there first.
What?
Yes, he was drafted by the Grizzlies.
Don't you remember he got traded around 2007?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
In 2008. He got traded in 2008.
Well, okay, but like I said.
So an NBA veteran was the leading point production. Was the leading point producer on the team. Okay, now the next time America
until I see Chicago, Milwaukee, Atlanta, Cleveland, Detroit, Memphis on the front of that jersey, I ain't buying what you selling.
You do it again. I'm telling you right now. The next time America lost internationally, please give me the next time America lost internationally.
America just lost in the All-Star game.
So the winner in 2019 was also Spain again. Ricky Rubio, Marc Gasol, Rudy Fernandez, Juan Hernan Gomez, and Willie Hernan Gomez.
All NBA players? I'm not saying not all NBA. Like the names you mentioned were all
were
NBA veterans
in the NBA at one point.
They were NBA veterans. Okay, leading point producer. If you have that, please. For that team you just said won in 2019.
Tell me this. What name was on the front of the jersey when they did all of this?
Yeah, it was Spain.
Okay.
it was a team that played internationally.
Okay.
That was
because here's the thing. Let's say you listen to the game on the radio and they ain't saying nobody's name. They're just telling you Spain, Spain, Spain. You ain't gonna think about that. If the name on the front of that jersey don't say LA, Chicago,
no, yes,
New
you
York,
are.
Cleveland,
yes, you are.
Detroit,
Wait. Don't skip your soliloquy. If you find out that Spain is dominating on the run, and you find out that Rudy Fernandez is on a scoring tear, you're gonna wonder who's the guy from Spain that's ripping up America. Oh, Rudy Fernandez. I wonder where is he from?
Okay, I didn't say whether he was gonna wonder or not. I said if the guy didn't. Everybody, of course you're gonna wonder.
If a guy didn't do what?
I said if the guy didn't say no names.
You think if somebody's on the team, you think he ain't gonna say
I didn't say that he wasn't gonna say no names. I'm saying
listen, you talking about hypotheticals. That's hypothetically has that ever happened?
Hey man, don't act like radio wasn't a thing.
Yeah, and if radio happened and somebody was on the run, they would say the name for sure.
Come on, bro. Danny Ferry.
Listen,
Gordon Gunn thought Danny Ferry was black.
Went on the tear. They said Nate Archibald.
All right, Gordon Gunn thought Danny Ferry was black. Okay, don't act like the impossible ain't possible. I don't want to hear that. Like I said, I ain't buying what you selling until I see everybody's on the front of that jersey, the patches and all. corporate sponsorships and all. If it ain't the same doggone names, I ain't buying what you selling. IKEA.
Again, Judge, the next time America lost in an international competition, please.
Well, just to confirm, the leading scorer in 2019 was Ricky Rubio. The team,
NBA veteran.
Yep. The team that they had lost to, however, of course, was France in the quarterfinal.
Now, France,
that team was Nick Batum,
NBA veteran.
Rudy Gobert,
NBA veteran.
Evan Fournier,
NBA veteran.
I believe Yabusele, Frank Ntilikina.
Don't say that 2 times.
All right. The next time America lost in international play.
Did you hear what I said 10 minutes ago? I don't care how many things he come up with.
Listen, this is for the people who want to hear what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. So then mute my mic then, Double J. Mute my mic. You know what I'm trying to say?
I'm just saying, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying.
Anybody want to hear what you're saying, tell them to weigh in.
Here's why. This is why I'm doing this way, barbershop.
I don't care which way you do it.
Listen, I'm asking. No, I'm asking for when America lost, which helps to speak to your point.
I don't need I don't need you to help. Listen.
Because he ain't gonna never let me get to the answer. The next time because you know what's coming up. You know a name is coming up. The name that triggered this. Yeah, you know a name is
Dennis
coming
Schroeder, and that was the next and final winning team.
Yeah,
in 2023.
Yeah, Blondie.
Yep, in 2023.
Yeah, okay, that's
Germany.
That's fine.
Won.
Okay, and I'm still gonna say what I've been saying. Until I see Spain get on a charter bus Greyhound and go to LA to play the Lakers, I ain't buying what you selling.
Make your closing arguments, bro.
I don't have no closing arguments.
Make your closing arguments so we can clip that. Make your closing arguments, bro.
It's been closed.
All right, so let me make mine.
Just because I am dressed this way, ... That's my argument. Right.
Because like I said, the NBA
it's the reason why they ask you when you knock on somebody's door, show me your ID. You talking about you the gas company. I ain't buying what you selling. That's what that is. Yeah. Yeah, ma'am. I just want to let you know I'm here from AT&T. Yeah. I ain't no imposter, see. Yeah, so here go my verification key. Yeah, don't say nothing to me. I ain't buying what you selling.
So like I said.
Yeah, like AI said, not Iverson. AI said. No, technically it ain't.
If you tell AI the sky is green enough, it's going to agree with you.
Okay, then. Well, then why you use
it? What AI said. Listen, we can go through the litany of things that AI has said.
Why they building it? What we doing?
Look,
okay.
Listen.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, now all of a sudden AI is irrelevant.
No, I ain't saying that. I'm just saying I'm saying whenever
you're trying to discredit AI all of a sudden.
Listen,
you're trying to discredit AI.
No, I'm saying AI needs fact check. AI needs the same fact check that Google did. You need to see another source.
I don't.
When you go to the doctor and you have it, listen. When the doctor say, "Nah, it's benign. It's benign." What do? Go see another source.
No, I go home. That's what you do. That's what I do. This is me. We ain't talking about you. We talking about me. You understand me? And
so, like I said, ladies and gentlemen,
the
NBA.
I'm not buying what he's selling until I see.
Cool, because you know what? Here's the deal: the product is gonna be here, whether you like it or not. I don't have to buy it. You don't have to buy it. You don't have to buy it, bro. That's what I'm saying. The product, which is my statement, is not for everybody to consume. They feel free because it stands on its own as solid. They're choosing not to enjoy. The fact of what I'm saying is on them, and they'll miss out on the reward. Okay. All I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen, is the United States sends its professional basketball, their National Basketball Association players to represent them internationally. And anytime that they've won the collection of games, anytime
get out of here.
Here we go. Anytime
the
United States has won an international tournament, the players representing the United States that have won a national tournament are all NBA veterans since 1992. When the United States has failed to win an international tournament, the team that wins the international tournament is led by an NBA veteran. And further to the point, it has been a trend. It has been an abundance of NBA veterans leading teams to international play that are not first or second options on the NBA team, which speaks to the fact that that teams can be led internationally by NBA veterans that are not that are not leaders of their own NBA team, meaning the second or third best can help represent a team internationally to win. This is why the concentration of NBA basketball, whether it be domestic players like Kevin Durant or Steph Curry or LeBron Raymond James or Vincent Lamar Carter or Kobe Bean Bryant or Michael Jeffrey Jordan or Larry Bird historically.
Okay, yeah, we got it.
Or Nikola Jokic or Dirk Nowitzki.
That's not how you pronounce his name, but okay. Okay, keep going.
Players.
Because Judge, Your Honor, what he's trying to imply is that his stance on that
is
has
that
merit.
The concentration of basketball is played in the NBA.
Yes, but unfortunately, Gully, you have the English that say that the English Premier League is by far the greatest concentration of talent. And
in soccer, right?
Yep, and they've only won one of the last 5 to 7 Champions Leagues.
That's fine.
And that's why you have to play the game. And unfortunately, for that reason, I am ruling a mistrial on this subject.
Mistrial. Thank you. There's a mistrial. Thank you very much. Listen, I can handle a mistrial. That means we got to do this again. That means we got to do it again. Hey, listen, I'm ready for it.
Guess what, though?
I'm ready for it. I'm like that fire that's burning in Russia that ain't went out in 34, 50 years.
Yeah,
I still got heat for you. I still got heat for you.
Okay,
I still got heat for you. I still got enough heat to charbroil it, bro.
That's right.
You can bring it, okay? Put the grill on, put the hot dogs on, and get charbroil on.
Yeah.
Listen, Burger King, have it your way.
Let me tell the people something. Let me tell them looking in the camera right now.
All right, Hogan. Let me tell you something, brother.
No, absolutely not. If anything, Macho Man. Anywho, that's why sometimes your imagination is your only nation. I'm just saying. Okay, because I don't care how many times we come back and do this. Like I'm gonna go biblical on y'all. Y'all, you know, the King Nebuchadnezzar and the 3 boys. The moral of the story was what? If you're gonna stand, stand. If you're gonna sit, sit. But do not waver.
And I'm standing on the NBA.
They saying today what Jay been saying anyway, and I don't care about nothing they do until they play over here one day.
Best collection of talent.
Yeah.
Internationally, and so the NBA can lay claim to being world champions.
Yeah,
and though you
disclaim NBA champion,
even though the judge,
make up my mind.
Even though the judge, even though you had help from the judge had to admit that NBA veterans lead international teams to win international play, whether it be NBA teams that win or the United States.
So what am I saying? NBA players represent, or
NBA veterans that represent internationally. The NBA leads the world in the sport of basketball. So yes, New York Knicks can be world champions.
Got you. And what am I saying today? What am I saying today that I ain't been saying?
I tell you this, Michael Jordan's supposed to be the GOAT. You mean to tell me the Chicago Bulls can beat the best team in the world?
No, what I'm telling you is
ain't no GOAT in team sports. You mean tell me
ain't no GOAT in team sports.
You mean to tell me
ain't no GOAT? That's what I'm telling you. Ain't no GOAT in team sports.
Kobe and Shaq couldn't beat the best team in the world.
I'm telling you, ain't no GOAT in team sports.
We ain't say GOAT.
You said if Michael Jordan is, you said since Michael Jordan is the GOAT, you don't think that he could. I'm telling you, ain't no GOAT.
All right, so you mean to tell me? So you saying there's a team that could have beat the Chicago Bulls?
I don't know.
You think they could have got? You think an international team could have beat the first or second 3-peat Bulls in a 7-game series?
Nobody could have beat the Bulls because of Mike.
Okay, then. And where did Mike hone his skills at?
In Chicago.
Playing in what league?
Not in Lithuania.
Right, playing in what league? The NBA, which is
not the World Basketball Association.
He done backed into it and then ran over the stop sign. He done backed into it. Thank you very much, folks. It's been a great show, y'all. You need to check us out on stream, on YouTube, on
Twitter. Cut yourself out.
Listen, he made the point.
He back into nothing.
Clip that. He made the point. You heard it, Judge. Listen, I don't know. Listen, this kangaroo court you got me in, he heard it. Thank you very much. You already heard that.
Double J, Mike, Judge, Wappler J, Alva, My contention is and has always been until I see Spain with a 52% winner percentage underneath the Toronto Raptors and the Detroit Pistons, I ain't buying what he's selling. Now bring Pop back up. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I don't care. Giannis talking about some, you crazy? No,
speaking of Giannis, talk your stuff, Giannis.
Yeah.
Talk your stuff, Giannis.
Talk your stuff, Pop.
Yes.
Talk your stuff, Pop.
Because did we not have, or are we not proposing that the All-Star game has Team America versus Team International?
Are we not proposing that Pop had international players on his team and he still said what he said?
And if in fact Team International,
why would Pop say that? And Pop had more international players on his first team.
I know why Pop said it. Listen, Pop said it because Pop said it because he agrees with you.
No. How did he Pop? Oh, really?
Yes.
You gotta say, see now? That what you saying?
Well, that's what you're saying.
Okay, I'm agreeing with Pop. Pop said that in Alberto.
Listen,
Pop had Boris Diaw.
What are we doing, Double J? I just said Pop agree with you. What are you saying? He see now, then you just wanted to say, listen, senility is a fragile thing, and we just said it.
Pop said what he said. I didn't know that Pop said that until Double J put that up.
So Pop agrees with you.
How can he agree with me?
Judge, what did he Judge? I mean,
I agree with him.
We declared this a mistrial, Judge.
I agree with him.
He can't.
Pop didn't hear me say
this
that.
This guy doesn't want to concede to anything I'm saying. I just said he agrees with Pop, and now he arguing with me. No, I agree with Pop.
No, you said Pop agree with me. I said I agree with Pop. Pop was here first. I agree with him.
Judge. When is 1 plus 2 not equal 2 plus 1? When in history has that happened?
When you use Common Core math.
Judge. And when you declare the mistrial, and this, listen, look, Judge.
Hey, and I'm declaring a
just gave him his. I just gave him his concession.
Hey,
and he won't take it, Judge. Come on.
Until I see what I said I want to see, I ain't seeing nothing you saying.
All right, man.
Nothing. Nothing. You understand me? Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you, world champion, NBA champion. So that tell me if you go put on a cop uniform, and I'm talking about not when it's Halloween, you're a police officer? No, you're not. You're an imposter. You understand me? And like AI, not Iverson said, yeah.
AI.
Yeah, AI. Yeah, y'all use it for everything else.
Well,
don't discredit it now.
I don't.
Yeah, you do.
I don't use it for things like this.
But do you use it at all?
And if I use AI,
I said, do you use it at all?
Listen, no, bro. You ain't about to do it. I already told you.
Do you use it at all?
Listen, whatever AI gives me,
it at all?
I'm validating, bro. Listen,
do you use it at all?
You know where we used to work. What do you need? What do you need? Listen, hold on. You know where you used to work
at all?
You know where you used to work.
Do you use
what do you also need in order for that product to move? A check buy.
Do you use it at all? Do you use it at all? If you use it at all, then we're not finna play selective perception. If you use it at all.
Because you are. You in fact are doing it. I just told you AI requires a check buy. And neither you or I could be that guy to say what AI is saying is not a lie.
Well, I tell you what. Yeah, that sounds like a lot of flowery rhetoric. Oh boy, my gosh. Yeah, okay. Yeah, got you. Wow.
And you can clip that.
Wow. Yeah, clip that. Yeah, Double J. And when you clip that,
matter of fact,
do it just like you would some toenails. When you clip that, throw it in the trash.
Double J, please, Judge.
Garbage.
You know why we saying clip that, right, Judge? Judge, what do we need to do to make sure that when we clip that, what do? We do a check buy. And we verify. I did not tell a lie. I am that guy.
Okay,
thank
Dr.
you.
Seuss.
Next topic,
all right,
please.
Dr. Seuss. Yeah,
clip
right.
That.
Yeah, okay, Dr.
Clip
Seuss.
That.
Yeah, clip it. And make sure you include what Pop said too. Clip that.
Yeah, clip it.
Because what we ain't finna do is use what AI at your convenience. You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah.
No.
Oh, you want to use it. Yeah. Oh, when it fit the narrative, like, oh yeah, then it's factual. You know what I'm saying?
When have I ever done that? When have I ever done
actual.
When have I ever done that? When have I ever given you an AI result? I'm like, yo, AI say this, and I'm gonna go with it.
Hey, every day.
I do not. I've never.
Okay, now he up here lying. Now he the Lion King.
He done perjured himself.
Now he the Lion King.
Himself, Judge.
Man, he lying like a rug.
He done perjured himself.
Like
I've never given him an AI and just said run with it. I've never done that.
Lying like a rug. Lying like a rug.
Judge, I've never done that.
Sorry, you ain't gonna see. You're not gonna finna sell me. I'm sorry, you can't sell me. You know what I'm saying? Until I see it, ain't nothing else to talk about.
Well, you got them glasses on. You need to check your strip.
I don't need to check nothing. I don't need to check nothing. You know what I'm saying? Checkmate. What you talking about? Judge, yeah. Are we going to a commercial break ever? Because we can talk about this. We can talk about
Yes, we are. And we're going to get into the Browns quarterback one situation right after these.
We can talk about it 100 million times. And Jay's asking.
Private parties at Legacy Adventure Park. What all do you get? A personal guide to lead you through the day. A private shelter with your gear prepped for gameplay. Shuttles to and from 7 of the best fields in the state. Safe zones to watch the gameplay risk-free. And all the food, drinks, and gear to keep you in the game. Book your private party today at Legacy Adventure Park.
This is Josh Cribbs, 3-time NFL Pro Bowler, all-decade return specialist. And you're listening to the Shop Report.
Cleo Miller, former Cleveland Browns, and you're listening to the Shop Report.
Hi, this is Dick Ambrose. You're listening to the Shop Report, and go Browns.
Hey, this is the top dog, Hanford Dixon. Listen to the Shop Report.
This is Ernest Viner, and you are listening to the Shop Report.
Hey everybody, Jimmy Has from Cleveland Browns, and I can tell you my favorite podcast is the Shop Report.
You heard the owner. I don't want to hear nothing about who else you got on or who's doing what in your source
exactly.
here. You heard the owner of the team.
Yes. My bad, Double J. I'm sorry. Yeah, keep going. I don't want to hear nothing about who led, who win, and all that type of stuff. Sim and all that. Yeah, because I could have did that too. Like, yeah, chilling time, killing, always willing, never illin', ain't no thing, can't complain.
Put that in your crock pot.
Flip your toenails and all that type of stuff. Yeah, Judge Double J. Throw it up on the screen there, right there. Throw it on up. This dude gonna try to tell me. Well, who's that?
As you see here, it says who you want your starting quarterback to be.
All right,
Uh-oh. That is, of course, Browns wide receiver Jerry Jeudy.
Oh, I didn't even see. When did he do that?
Just the other day, Monday.
Wow.
Here we
He
go.
wants 4.
First of all, okay, so okay, so this is what they were talking about on 850. I was riding to work the other day, and I'm coming from work, and I saw yeah, because that's like an oxymoron. Whoever that person leave the comment, right? Yeah, gonna say one thing and then say what you're gonna say. What we doing does that, but then apparently he do that. Yeah, go figure that. You know what I'm saying? No sword fighters allowed. Anywho, they was talking about this. Yeah, they was talking about this on 850.
Okay.
By him doing that, like that insinuated or implied that he picked Deshaun Watson and so on and so forth, whatever the case may be.
Which in fact he did.
Okay, but Jerry Jeudy. Okay, this sports and the sensationalism surrounding it nowadays. I'm not really sure what you mean by all of that, but okay. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? This ain't the Count of Monte Cristo.
Great movie, by the way. Great movie.
Sure was.
Great book. Great movie.
Yeah.
Jim Fazio and Guy Pearce. Great movie.
Yeah, or The Man in Iron Mask. That's another story for another day. But the thing is, all of this, the sensationalism surrounding this whole thing, like he held up 4 fingers. Okay, so he picking Deshaun Watson in the case may be. But my question, Double J, did you? No, I didn't say who. What was the poll question? What was I say from earlier? What was the question itself? Not who should be the Browns quarterback, but hold on, bear with me for a second here. I said, when it comes to the Browns quarterback situation, what's the right call for the future? That's the question. What's the right call for the future?
All right, please, if you don't mind, articulate the difference between that question that you asked and the question that was up. If you don't mind.
Well, I'm saying you can say who's quarterback one. If Deshaun Watson is the first guy up, does that mean he's the future?
Okay. I would argue, yeah. If they decide, I would argue if the Browns this year, given this scenario, if the Browns decide to make Deshaun Watson QB1, I think that he is the quarterback that they want to continue to, that they believe and that they want to be the quarterback for them to be competitive to the Super Bowl or to be, that's what I think. Okay. If you pick whom you pick, and if you pick him this year, the same would be said if they pick Shedeur Sanders.
But the operative word here is future. Because do you think they're going to re-sign Deshaun Watson? I don't know how the money structure and everything works out and all of that, whatever the case may be. But if he plays well, isn't he due some more monies or something like next year or something like that?
Right. Yeah, Double J, you had that for us.
Sure do.
Right. So they're not going to sign him to no extension or nothing like that. And then at what point do you find out what you got in Shedeur Sanders?
Right, because you spent half the year.
Right. You got a young squad. You know what I mean? So why not let your quarterback grow up basically with the young squad?
So he has, just for the record, he has a $40 million cap hit this year, and then 34, 25, 16, and 8. So basically, they could theoretically void it, but then they would have about $86 million in the dead cap. Because again, this was a fully guaranteed deal.
Yeah, so Deshaun Watson is the quarterback of your future. The idea of it is he healthy?
Okay, so he's the quarterback of your immediate future?
Yes. Yes.
But the Browns have gone through too many quarterbacks to keep playing this game.
And here's the problem.
You need to pick one.
There is look. So, all right. If Deshaun Watson is healthy, and my opinion about this probably could change, but I'm thinking about it right now. If you ask me today, if Deshaun Watson is healthy and Shedeur shows promise, you're going to probably trade Shedeur because you can get a better complement of younger talent and draft picks if you trade him, if Deshaun Watson proves himself to be healthy.
Not with that 5th round pick moniker. What you think?
No. See, here's the deal with that.
I didn't say 5th round talent. I said 5th round pick. They're going to use that to try to diminish or minimize.
Okay, so
you know how negotiations go.
So the Browns have to negotiate themselves out of this current situation. How could they do that knowing all the money that they have to pay if they decide to go the way of Shedeur now and then let Deshaun Watson's cap hit languish and like a cavity? I'm saying
now I want to know who was responsible for even drafting Shedeur, because what was the point of drafting him if you're not going to see what you got in him, other than having 6.5 minutes worth of game film this last year?
I think there was a big decision to make because Deshaun Watson, I don't know if they knew how healthy he would be. And I think Deshaun Watson proved the problem with Deshaun Watson is he's proven a lot of people wrong. He's healthy, he's ready to go, and I think he's talent-wise, he ain't lost as much. Now, he hasn't been nearly as active in the last 4 years. I mean, it's been 4 seasons now since we've had him, right? This is like his is this coming up his 5th year as a Brown? fifth season.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, what our friend of the show has told us on multiple occasions, our friend who played in the league has said what? Shirts and shorts don't tell you. Shut the door. Excuse me.
Right.
It's when they put them pads on. When they put them pads on, because he said when he was with the Ravens, they had a guy, no names, who in the shirts and shorts period of the whole training camp that year was balling out. And the media, like they're doing here in Cleveland, I keep seeing clips of Deshaun Watson and Shedeur. They say, and the caption reads, Shedeur aired it out, a bomb to Boston, and it was a 5-yard pass.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for real? Double J, what happened? Oh, okay then. Look, okay, a little monologue time, huh? Okay then. You know what I mean? So, I don't like. Yeah, thank you.
You're talking, bro.
I don't care. I'm talking to us, not me. I don't want to see me and me.
You're not supposed to be looking at you. You're supposed to be looking at the camera because that's our fans.
Hey, ho. First of all, you're not gonna tell me what I need to be doing.
All right, clearly, right. I can't tell you anything else.
Okay, don't tell me nothing. Okay, I'm telling you, I don't want to see just me. Whether I'm supposed to be looking at the camera or other not. You know what I'm saying? Like Michael say, he. Anyway, at the end of the day, cats flying around in shorts and shirt, that don't mean nothing, bro. Right. It's when they put them pads on. That's when I think we'll see who's what. But at the end of the day, being that I've been watching the Browns since 1845, they need to pick one.
Right.
They should have picked one. Just name one and call it a day. I get it. I think the reason why Deshaun, why it's a competition, having been out there at the facility and chopped it with the Myles Garrett's and the Jerry Judys and the Joe Flacco's when they was here, and in the Hanford Dixons and all them type of cats. And you seen y'all come on now, y'all seen the little commercials and all that type of stuff. You know what I'm trying to say? I think that Deshaun Watson's name is still in the mix because of the money. Because of the money. You spend $400 million. I know that ain't. I'm just being facetious here. On a TV, you're gonna want to keep giving that TV admission. See if it work. Is it new batteries? Do I need to call a service repair man? Because you just can't. How can you sleep at night knowing you spent all that money and whatever you spent that money on don't work?
Right.
I'm just saying. So if there's even a remote opportunity situation where it might be, I gotta see.
If you can get some, viable production out of Deshaun Watson,
then I'm like, whoo, okay, so it wasn't whoo.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We ain't wasted all. But then again, my concern is, and I'm not saying I dislike Watson or whatever the case may be, because I still don't understand the fall off. Well, maybe, wait. When he was his last year with the Texans, the time did he miss a year before getting picked up by the Browns?
Yeah, I think he had an injury. He had an injury year.
Yeah,
his last season with the Texans. Then the dark cloud came.
I don't
see. Yeah,
I don't know. All I can do is go off when they played against the Ravens. I said, okay. That's the guy that was second to Aaron Rodgers when he was at Houston in the MVP voting were running that year. Right. Double J. Well, I mean, what was Watson's numbers? You know, I'm not really a soul numbers guy, but he had passed for almost like what 5,000 over 5,000 yards,
like 4,500 yards or something.
Yeah, it was something ridiculous that year. He was like
he was more than just productive. Like he was elite.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, it was just shy of 5,000 yards. It was 4,800.
So the one thing I want to address, most people, you know, obviously because hindsight is 40/40. I don't think in the moment any other team wouldn't have did the same thing the Browns did.
Correct.
Went after him is what I'm saying. Now I don't know if any other team would have given him the amount of money that the Browns gave him. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Clearly not.
But any other team would have, they would have, Watson, after that season he had? Yeah, go get him.
I think this is why the Browns are in a really
bad conundrum.
Here's why. Because what they did with Watson, you see how it changed and altered the landscape of free agency for everybody, especially quarterbacks.
Well,
now
NFL
they have
owners,
to offer.
NFL owners were not happy.
Not at all. So the quandary that the Browns in is very much punitive. And I think owners probably collectively are not going to be keen to offer anything that would even remotely help them, even if they say, for example, even if a team say, you know what, we really could use Shedeur Sanders. He is probably the next, like, let's say Shedeur proves himself to be a quarterback that would be ideal for Minnesota, for example, right? Because they got a situation they got to rectify, given that they let Sam Darnold walk away to a Super Bowl in the way that they did. So let's imagine the team figure out that, you know, Shedeur is going to play well. He's going to be the guy that we can work with. It's like, well, he's a Brown. So if we need him, how much are we going to give Cleveland that messed up the entire league because of because of the way that they went about their previous quarterback situation? So it's going to be punitive.
But when it comes to NFL, though, in particular,
yeah,
regardless of position, anytime it comes time for a player to get paid or he outplays his contract, they're going to always try to find a way to minimize it, regardless of how much money they give you or not give you or whatever the case may be. You ain't got to be asking for Deshaun Watson money. You could be asking for second-tier wide receiver money. Yeah. I don't know what that actual number is, but anytime a guy say, hey, look, I know I signed this 3-year deal for X amount of dollars, but that was contingent on 1,000 yards, you know what I mean? 5 touchdowns, I don't know, 79 catches or something to that. But I had 1,900 yards, 14 touchdowns, and 262 receptions type of deal. You know what I'm trying to say? So I'll play that. What we gonna do here? Right. On the flip side, we know management, they'll say, hey, man, you know, you broke your toe last year, so we only want to, we might have to just give you $2.
Right.
You know what I'm trying to say? So,
well, something to keep in mind, again, this is a pivotal year for the remainder of the contract, right? At the time, it was unprecedented, right? For multiple reasons.
Hey, but didn't they ask him to restructure?
It was slightly restructured, but again, still fully guaranteed. So basically they turned it all into
like a bonus.
Yeah, essentially.
So it lowered the cap hit for them for a few years. It gave caps. I thought that was a great help to get the Myles Garrett contract.
In essence, it was. But here's the thing now. So now you have a quarterback market that it's completely changed, right? So at that point in time, not only was it unprecedented for the fully guaranteed aspects of it, but then also how much annually they were giving him. That's paled in comparison when you fast forward just one calendar year from now, because you got guys like Mahomes and Dak that are right around 60 to 64 million, whereas Deshaun's contract would be somewhere around 34. So nearly half, right? Therefore, theoretically, you could sever ties, even though you would have to pay him out. And then Gully would have to. The
layout is a little different. I ain't been on here in a while. I meant to put, okay, go ahead. Keep going. I'm listening.
But then additionally, you could theoretically see how this season plays out, make the change halfway, as we've seen the Browns do historically, right? Where they're out of contention, then they see some signs of life by the fan base.
But here's the question, though. And this is why I say, in large part, why they should have picked somebody early. Well, 2-1. Can Todd Monken, how long has Todd Monken been waiting to become a head coach? Can he afford to sacrifice a season? And again, the second point of that is, why not pick a guy from the beginning? Because it's almost like in college when they do the 2 quarterback thing. One guy, how do you expect, how can a guy get a rhythm? Especially when it's in the NFL, you know, everything is so ratcheted up. if we know who the starter is, basically from day 2, all right, then we can set our focus. Then from that moment on, everybody didn't get on the same page. You get what I'm trying to say? Everybody get on the same page. But if we still don't know who's who and what, and here it is, we already, I mean, the season ain't but what, 50 days away? The Hall of Fame game is what, August 6th?
Right. That's right.
You know what I'm trying to say? Because what's the old adage in the NFL when it comes to that position? If you got 2, you ain't got none.
Right.
You know what I'm trying to say? And the Browns can man, you see that? You seen it? It's a picture going around. A guy got a motorcycle leather vest jacket type deal on. He got all the quarterbacks that the Browns list on the back of the jersey. I mean, on the back of this jacket. There's so many names on the jacket, man, that you had to turn around for you to read them all. At some point, bro, this has got you can't, because I'm not saying that this is not about who I like or who don't like. I'm just saying, here we go again. That's what it's looking like right now.
Yeah. But the challenge is, it seems like, all right, Shedeur Sanders has shown enough that dirty word potential that we would like to see more out of him. Deshaun Watson.
But splitting reps, will you get to see that though?
What'd you say?
If you're splitting reps.
No. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That, how tough of a situation it is. We know that the previous system installed was not hospitable to either of these quarterbacks. So now we're back. So this is the problem. We back here like if Deshaun Watson played under a QB system that you really would show like, hey man, he really don't got it. He's really unhealthy. He really can't produce. Then Shedeur would definitely have been drafted and installed, but that wasn't the case. They both were kind of like hamstrung by the offense that they had before them and the offense that they stuck with. Remember, all of people. Remember, the OC got fired. Remember everything that Deshaun Watson dealt with?
Yeah.
So that's the problem. That's what I'm saying. It's a purgatory that the Browns are in, and it's as ugly a situation as having 2 not good quarterbacks. You got 2 great quarterbacks, and you're gonna sacrifice one or other. You almost like really got to flip a coin and decide. Listen, we're giving you this at the consequence of us if we're wrong, but we can't do it. You can't. Sorry, barbershop. You can't half-ass this decision. But you got to just take one, and it's going to be ugly for the one that you don't pick, and you got to go with it.
Yeah, because even though, again, I don't listen to them often, on occasion, like I said, when I'm coming home from work or whatever in the morning. But Gerard Cherry brought up a good point. He said that when, I don't know if he was talking about Watson, he was talking about Shedeur. But I mean, technically, he's kind of basically saying the same thing, I did. If the NFL is such the entity that at that position, it's a quarterback-driven league. So you gotta know, who you rolling with, man. You can't get to this point in the season and still not know. Because think about this. I don't know if this is really applicable, but I'm gonna throw it out here. You all tell me if this kind of applies. Remember when Seattle, Pete Carroll, the year they won their first Super Bowl, at the very beginning of that season, they went and got Matt Flynn.
Right.
And drafted Russell Wilson, 3rd round, right? How long was Matt Flynn in Seattle after they got to camp with Russell Wilson before they sent Matt Flynn packing? It didn't take long. In other words, Pete Carroll said, and all of them have, even in the book I'm talking about Jerry Kramer and Vince Lombardi, Tom Landry, Vince Lombardi, Paul Brown, they all basically said what Pete Carroll said that particular year. He said, in order to basically win a championship, we have to, even before we even get to camp, establish one common ground type of deal. You know what I mean? Everybody has to be in the building. It's got to be championship mentality. From the secretaries to the trainers to me to the players, everybody got to be. We all have to be on one accord. And he said, as soon as we got Russell Wilson in and drafted, and we saw what he could do in camp, he was like, "Here you go, man. You can keep the 10. You can keep the 10." The Browns cannot continue. They cannot afford to continue doing it the way they've been doing at this position, and expect, especially you getting ready to roll into that new stadium.
Right. So then it sounds
you got to already establish a foothold.
So are you saying now the future is on Shedeur and you would pick Shedeur? Would you? Or would you? What are the qualifiers or disqualifiers of that decision?
Realistically, you go with the veteran.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know what? We're going to turn this over to the local media, and we're going to grab their reaction on the topic.
Yeah, that's hey, Riz is my boy, man.
Let me get this job. Why? I have no idea, because he's not part of our future. But the Browns are going to run him out there anyway.
Oh, can you rewind that back to the beginning?
Coincidence?
Go. Yeah, go back to the beginning, because I didn't catch the very first part. It sounded like Riz was already talking when it first popped in.
Most around the league expect Watson, the veteran, to get this job. Why? I have no idea, because he's not part of our future. But the Browns are going to run him out there anyway. Chris, is it a coincidence that the Browns wouldn't even say anything good about Shedeur after he finished the season 3-4? And now, all of a sudden, just before training camp, they're saying that he looks pretty good, that he's improved, that he could start, is what the coach said. What a coincidence? Why? Boy, he must have really made some strides. How do you feel if Watson starts?
Riz, I'm expecting it. Not that I want it. I'm expecting it.
You are expecting it?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah. You got to go with the veteran, right? What you say? See,
because here's my thing. Oh, well, if now let's keep it a million.
Watson is a better quarterback than Dylan Gabriel.
Well, no, hold on. Whoa,
no,
whoa.
So what I'm saying is, so Shedeur has got to be prepared for another battle whereby if Watson is productive, he's going to be iced. And you got to hope he get injured. Or not say hope he get injured, but barring injury, Shedeur is going to see some meaningful, productive time. Once let's say Watson shows promise, but then gets hurt, and then spends 2 or 3 weeks, and then he's back on the men, and now Shedeur's been the starter, and it's week 6, but Watson is healthy again. It's right back. It's the same situation again. Like, you got a guy you fighting with a spot where really you've proven enough that you need to be given the keys. Like, this is as tough a situation. Like I said, this is as tough a situation as having 2 bad quarterbacks.
You know what? And 2, think about the fans. By the way, give me 1 second. Let me show you all something. Hold on. For all my readers out there, shout out to my man Terry Pluto, Cleveland.com. He sent me this book. A lot of people think I'm lying, but if you can see here, see the graph right there? He sent me this book. He's writing another book, and he sent me an email. Asked me if I wanted to be a part of it, whatever the case. I emailed him back, yeah, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But he's basically outlining in this book the fans. He's talking about the fans.
Yeah.
And what the fans have been through.
Right.
In regards to this whole thing.
Yeah.
So if you're a fan, I'm not to the same extent I was, because I mean, after Red Right 88, the drive and the fumble, I mean, I was hanging on by, y'all seen my hair. You know what I'm saying? Propecia, cradle cap, it ain't coming back. I'm just saying. The allowance, if you're a fan, I'm talking about somebody who's still, you staunch. How much time are you going to allow for Deshaun Watson to make a mistake? Because if they put him out there, the pressure for him not to make him, he got to play perfect every week.
But that's been the case for him.
No, not like it is now. Okay, no, I'm not saying no. I'm not. Maybe it's so, but now, now it's to the 10th power.
Yeah.
If you start a guy like Shador, yeah, he got his detractors and all that, but there may be a little bit more room for allowance if he makes mistakes. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Right, because
you see, so if in other words, if Shador throw an interception, you're gonna have your and your but it may 10 people might say that 10 people might say, but give him a chance. But if Deshaun Watson throw an interception, bro, all 28 people gonna be like, get that. And then all of a sudden you're gonna keep hearing, you're gonna hear again about the,
the dark cloud.
You know what I'm saying? You're gonna hear about the massage therapies and stuff, the chiropractors. You know what I'm trying to say? You're gonna hear about the cash. You know what I'm trying to say? Get rid of his ash. You know what I'm trying to say? You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. You certainly something to hear. Yeah.
Bruh, he gonna have to wear a disguise.
So is the team built for either of them to be successful immediately? Or is this a rebuilding year anyway? And that is what the problem.
If you get contributions though, because like how long did it take for people to see Harold Fannin play and be like, oh, okay, he a keeper? And I asked the question again, can Monken afford for this to basically be a rebuilding year?
Don't sound like it, no.
That's what I'm trying to say. He been waiting too long to be a head coach, bro.
Yeah.
He been waiting too long to be a head coach, bro. No, you on the clock.
Yeah.
All right, really quickly, guys, to move on to the next topic here. We have the MLB trade deadline, and the subject of discussion has been
as long as I ain't get traded.
None other than Tarek Skubal, obviously two-time Cy Young winner. There's obviously a number of things on the horizon, right? They can move on from him. His agent Scott Boras has been historically essentially like Drew Rosenhaus, right? Getting individuals paid, highly compensated. So it is nearly a done deal. He's played he won't answer questions about his future with the team, but then says he wants to stay. So basically like, hey, I don't want to be traded because that would be kind of uncomfortable. I'd rather just stay where I am. And yet, well, what about signing a contract extension? Well, I don't want to do that either. So essentially,
make up our minds.
No, man, no,
you can't straddle the fence, bro.
Why can't he?
So I want to point this out. I want to point this out because the Detroit media has been they've been screaming, get him out. Because remember, the Tigers are currently about 5 games out.
Yep.
Obviously, they got off to a
does he get run support?
Start. What's that?
Does he get run? See, that's one thing I don't like. Like a quarterback is credited an interception, but clearly the receiver should have caught it.
This is the best
type
pitcher
of deal.
in baseball.
You know what I'm trying to say?
I mean, this is arguably the best pitcher in baseball. So,
but Double J, if he's going
Cy Young winner.
Okay, but if he's going out there, is he losing games like 3-0 or 5? If he ain't getting no run support,
he's winning. It's the rest of the team that's not batting their weight.
So
right, so
that's why
he's in the spotlight then, though.
Yeah, because he could be non-committal. Yeah, so this makes sense why he could be non-committal.
Exactly.
Correct. Well, there's to both of your points. It's also why the fan base is torn because they would love to keep him, but he's non-committal, and quite frankly, even the local media suggests that they don't want to pay him $400 million, and there's the possibility of a lockout next year.
I think he's saying, if y'all give me some run support, I'll stay.
In addition, he's saying that he wants the team to buy. Now, mind you, he can walk at the end of the year.
Well, wait a minute.
They're 5 games out.
Hold up. Slow down. Close the window. Shut the door. Put the kids to bed. I'm in a lot of times I'm anti-management. But if I'm the Tigers, I ain't falling for that.
Well,
you're not going to have us go by and then you end up leaving anyway.
Correct.
Right.
So you're in a very difficult spot because theoretically 2 years ago, they had one of the best records in baseball, and they chose to be they chose to do nothing at the trade deadline, essentially. And so a lot of people point to that. And then the following year, they were actually sellers and then went on a crazy run. And that was, of course, the year, they went and beat Cleveland, who had won the division and that type of thing, right? So that was essentially not supposed to occur, right? It was more of a, well, imagine if you hadn't given
accidental
the Dodgers your best pitcher, right, at the time, or second best pitcher, right? So essentially, you have management that seems to be kind of kind of standing pat a little bit. It sounds like they want to move him, but they're not sure if they can. And then simultaneously, as you guys have both indicated,
why wouldn't you be able to? He's still a hot commodity, right?
Sure, but so the last time the Tigers have truly been in this position, coincidentally, it was with Justin Verlander, who's back on the team. That trade package. Okay,
I thought Justin Verlander retired.
No, he's back on the Tigers.
Wasn't he with the Astros 10 seconds ago?
Yeah.
I thought he retired.
That trade, I just want to point this out to you. That trade for Justin Verlander, which he would then go with actually the current Tigers manager, and of course win a World Series with Houston. I believe maybe 2. He was traded in exchange for a gentleman named Franklin Perez. Franklin Perez has last played in Double-A Gary, Indiana in 2024. He never actually made it to the major leagues. Then Daz Cameron, who last played last year for Milwaukee, and he played 21 games, but 160 total in the major league. So less than one full season over 5 years at the in the major leagues. Then, of course, Jake Rogers, who was just actually designated for assignment today by the Tigers for Javi Baez, who's returning from injury. So what I caution the fans who often say, well, let's move on and let's just get something for him before he completely walks, as you guys even to some extent we're somewhat suggesting. And
I would.
What I caution is it's not quite that easy, because if you actually go and look at,
because we want somebody got to want him. Well, who wouldn't want him though?
Well, only about half of MLB prospects that are traded at the deadline eventually make it to the major leagues, but only 30% go on to have a positive impact. And that's after nearly 700 prospects traded at the trade deadline. 44% never debut.
Okay, that's good stuff, but shouldn't each case be basically judged on its own merit, though?
No, you can't. We're in an analytic era.
Well, if 70% fail to pan out, what are you giving up a 2-time Cy Young for? Go and sell your prospect that has no guarantee. So here's what's happening.
Well, I asked the Guardians. They gave up Cliff Lee, Cynthia Sabathia, and who else? I mean, my gosh, the Guardians are.
You say Cynthia Sabathia, man.
Oh, did I say that? Sorry.
Which his son, I believe, just went. I know he was at IMG, and I'm pretty sure he just signed a contract.
Yeah, no, with the Brewers, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, there you go,
or somebody like that. Yeah. That's my bad, but I shouldn't have let that slip out like that, because me and CC, we had a personal thing going. Back in the day, somebody stole his chains, and so the whole situation. You all can go look that up, and Jay knows some folks that know some folks that know somebody else, and they all knew Jay. I'm trying to say Jay was getting calls. Hello, hello. Jay don't know nothing. Okay, my name Wes. I ain't in that mess. I'm just saying. the Guardians are known for that.
Well, the Guardians, because we develop and we understand they're the biggest farm system in the league. They know how to operate with prospects. They know how to maximize.
Oh yeah, okay.
So that's what the Guardians did. The Guardians wouldn't know what to do with a high dollar free agent saying, "Hey, I want to be a Guardian." Let's just say a Shohei Ohtani say, "You know what? I love the environment in Cleveland. I want to play for this." They would not know what to do with it, but they would know what to do with taking their best.
Would you say the same thing about Francisco Lindor?
Yeah. Yeah. So look at how competitive we've been since that Lindor trade. I mean, we haven't reached the World Series, but now we were in the ALCS and we've been in the playoffs and we won how many division titles?
Well, you can go back to the 90s again too, though, because who did the Guardians really have that was of a Ohtani stature?
None of them, man. That
Nobody.
was a deep team, though. That's why I say one of the biggest challenges. I mean, speaking as a homer,
they were the collective for real. I mean, they had some. Jim Thome and Albert Bell. No, well, Albert Bell was
No,
he wasn't to the tune of Ohtani. But
no, because Ohtani is. All right, so look, Ohtani is what we are told Babe Ruth was.
Oh, I think he might be better.
He may, in fact, be better. Because again, look at the landscape of the environment that he's playing in. All the guys are home. You follow me? Everybody's at home. What I mean by that, everybody's domestic inside of the confines.
I know he was going with that. That's why I didn't acknowledge it.
No. What I'm right, but
yeah. So that makes Ohtani a world champion. Shout out to Ohtani.
That does, because Ohtani is one of those guys. You seen what Japan can do internationally,
right? In the World Baseball Classic.
Yep.
But I'm still have yet to see a Dodger uniform in the World Baseball Classic. I'm sorry. Go ahead. What did you say, Double J?
Well, I'm saying this. Moving right along, Steph Curry was not thrilled that LeBron did not pick the Warriors, and essentially had stated that's why you can't envision those things without them, before they actually occur. Draymond did re-sign for $27 million, but now you're starting to hear some rumblings that a couple destinations have emerged for Steph, ranging from Charlotte, Miami, and San Antonio.
Well, don't know
about either of you see Steph Curry in another uniform.
I'd rather see Tarek Skubal and play for the Warriors.
Hey,
I'm just saying, man. You know what I mean? For real. Hey, I'm gonna answer that, but let me go back one click to the baseball thing. One, I think Verlander needs to, at this stage in age, add a knuckleball. I think it will preserve his career.
Yeah.
Two, the Tigers just need to get rid of Skubal. Sometimes you just got to sometimes you got to say, you know what? You got to make a decision. You got to crossroads. Look, either you're going to go left or right. You know what I mean?
Or you go straight in the middle of that divide, and then you'll be a jigsaw.
Because again, anything lost can be found again except for time wasted. How much time you going to waste standing there trying to decide which way to go? Pick one. And then if you get halfway down and see that was wrong, then you turn on around and come right back. You know what I'm saying? It's the old adage. You fall down, you dust yourself off, can't cry with spilled milk. All of that stuff, all of them things apply. You know what I'm trying to say? Get up and keep on. Move forward. You got, when it happened, move forward. It happens. You know what I mean? But no, to your question, I don't know if I'm Steph, but it's the new norm. How long ago did I say the NBA should have reversible jerseys?
But wait, hold on. In the case of Steph, I'm saying at his age and stage of his career.
But how old is he?
I mean, he's been in the league 17 years.
Has it been that long?
It's been that long. He going into year 18.
Well, I'm kind of acting like duh, because I don't really want to keep looking at the calendar because I keep getting older.
So what I'm saying is,
don't remind me.
Look. So the opportunity. All right. So the opportunity to play with LeBron. All right. I get what he's kind of. I take from that. That would have been cool to have this sort of experience inside of the league when we went and battled together. You know what I'm saying? Think of it this way. And I think it's kind of similar to like man, when the Bulls acquired Ron Harper and after all the wars he had with Jordan, as competitive as he was against Jordan being a problem, to have an experience of them playing together. I don't necessarily know that his disappointment should be like, well, maybe it's time for me to part ways with this franchise. I think LeBron not signing shouldn't be the thing that tell him that, man, maybe the Warriors don't got it no more. I think everything else that the Warriors have been unable to do,
that should tell you more. If you ain't
should
got
tell
it
you
no
more.
more.
Like
Yeah,
so, like the LeBron thing is like it's isolated. I think it's separate.
And why are you using that as your reason why?
Yeah. Hey, remember it's the I think I love my wife. It's the chicken argument to get out the house. Chicken.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to Chris Rock, even though I still like the Miles Gilliam one better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When he was the president. Yeah, that type of deal. I don't know, man. I saw something earlier to say he might be going to the Spurs. Listen, right now the NBA is an arms race.
They would listen. That
who's selling nukes to whom?
No, listen. If Steph, that's what San Antonio needs. I told you, and I've been saying this. I know I said this to Double J. We know on this program, Spurs are my favorite team of all time.
Wait, what?
But after watching the finals, I recognized, based off the way that they played and how they played, and the fact that how they lost or whatever, the way they played. It is a particular style of basketball that the pop era Spurs played that I wasn't know. Yes.
Oh, that you love.
So yes, in fact, well, I ain't never say it like that. I ain't never say it like that.
That you love.
Yeah, put your tongue back. Yeah, I can smell that through here.
I'm barbershop Jay Jordan.
I know, barbershop Jay. You need to be a toothbrush Jay. All right, listen, Listerine, bro.
So you disrespecting your elders?
Nah, that breath is.
I don't even know. I mean, ask that question. Yes,
that breath is disrespecting that mic. I'm gonna tell you this. Listen, my point is.
Oh, absolutely not. You see what I'm saying? This is what we're doing right here. Wow, really? Okay, got you.
A shooter of Steph's caliber, and a shooter of Steph's style, is needed. So that way the Spurs can return to a style of play more conducive to ball movement.
Wow. Did you hear that, Double J? Did you hear that? So in other words, Dylan Harper, and all that, you see what he's doing? The Spurs is his favorite team. But I don't want to play with that one no more. Get rid of that one and give me the newest one.
Who said that? I said,
what you gonna do with Dylan Harper?
Excuse me?
What you gonna do with Dylan Harper? What you gonna do with De'Aaron Fox?
You can figure. Listen, Fox probably have to move. Fox probably have to move. But look at what I said.
But look at Fox's money.
What do you mean? We know that.
Yeah, who gonna want that money?
We know that. Listen, the Spurs having Steph will naturally, organically force that team to be more ball movement conscious, because the way Steph, if he's not playing with the ball, he's running through screens and he's looking up. They have to have more ball movement as a part of their core offensive identity.
Man, listen.
They lacked that, and they went into an ISO game, and it spelled their doom. Listen, I'll be honest with you.
You know why that is, though? You know who I blame for that? Coaching.
We know the Knicks won 4-1, but if to know that would assume that the Knicks beat the brakes off of them. And I think
who would assume that? Why would you assume that?
Huh? Excuse me?
Helen. Just because they beat 1-4-1, why would you think the Knicks beat the brakes off of them?
Because when you see somebody got swept, you would think that they got no. And in the case, every game, they lack ball movement, and they lack a solid play call or a solid direction in the clutch. Steph Curry would bring that back.
Okay, well let me say this to you then. Even though I said prior to that I was rolling with the Knicks, because Brunson's from nowhere. I just felt like he was on a mission.
Yep.
But I'm telling you right now, Dylan Harper start all them games, the Spurs is champions. His what he bring to the table is akin to this Watson Shedeur thing to me. In that you gotta give him all of the minutes.
Gotcha.
Give him all of the minutes, because what he was, just imagine if whatever he was doing, and I'm just using this as a number, whatever production he was giving you playing 15 minutes a game. Imagine how much more that production could have at least been doubled playing 28 minutes a game.
Yeah.
Now, I know they had a conundrum, Fox getting all the paper, but see, this is why I had a real big problem, even coming up, man, when we were on teams. I get it, especially back then. The guy who was most senior is the one who got to play.
Right.
But the guy who was waiting in the wings was the better player. Bob Wade, head coach of that Dayton Dunbar team, said, like Herm said, you play to win the game.
Right.
Hey, you'll get your turn next time. But right now, this dude cooking you. Excuse me, he baking you. Right. At 425, keep hope alive. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? Somebody should have said to De'Aaron Fox, or maybe De'Aaron Fox should have said, this is what I thought. Do what Mark Aguirre did, them Pistons, when it came to Dennis Rodman.
Yeah.
He went to Daly, said, hey, man, I get it why y'all brought me in, but that dude need to start. Fox should have went to Mitch and like, hey, man, I ain't going to give y'all no money back, but we might work something out. You know what I'm saying? I might get a couple Riley's coupons for everybody or something. I'm trying to say, but let that man start. Because I get it. With Fox's price tag, it was almost like, what was the guy that was here with the Cavs that went to Utah? Colin Sexton. Now, it wasn't a money issue. But we was having a good discussion here when they was talking about moving him or whatever the case may be. I forget who came in place, in Garland or whatever it is. They say, man, what's his face was the 8th round. He was the 8th pick. Yeah, it don't look right. When you say optics, it don't look right. If you got the 8th pick coming off the bench, right? You know what I'm trying to say. But if the guy that's in front of him, and the team wins 67 games. Right. You know what I'm trying to say? Hey, we got to talk about your funds.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to
say? Yeah, we have a roster problem. Yeah, Richard, we know. Right.
Right. The fact that Fox was making the ends caused a dilemma for Mitch, like what, you know what I'm saying?
I gotta play the guy we paid.
Play the guy we paid. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But would you have rather won the final? Who gave you the better chance to win at that position?
Right. Yeah. You gotta put egos to the side in order for you to try to win.
Excuse me for bouncing around, y'all, but Jay don't play.
Yeah.
Harper is a problem. He a problem, bro. And I get the whole Steph thing. And man, much as I love Steph, man, because Steph Curry is self-made to me. How many players whose dads played, I don't know how many it was, maybe up, down, or what, that now that they playing, you don't mention them along with their dad or their brother or whatever. You know what I'm trying to say?
Right.
You say Steph Curry, not Dale Curry's son, Steph Curry, Dale Curry's son. You say Steph Curry. He's self-made. But at this stage and age right now, bro, where the Spurs were at, I'm playing Dylan Harper. I'm not making no move for Steph, bro. Dylan Harper is Dylan Harper.
So what if you can make a move and keep Dylan Harper?
Okay, that's different.
I mean, that would be hard to do, right?
Okay, but whoa, I said that too fast because now you got to start Steph. You in the same bait. You got to start Steph, but for different reasons other than money. Like for reasons you got to start Fox.
Right.
Man, I'm sorry, Wemby. With all due respect, man, sensei. But watching that series unfold, this is why I say complexion outweighs cash. The numbers. Because watching Dylan Harper, I was like, ooh, I said, the Knicks better hurry up and get one. They better get it now. They better get it now. Yeah. They better get it now. And with all due respect to the West and Shy and the OKC and all of that, bro, Dylan Harper, he's salty. And with his ability, oh, bro, he going to let the Spurs run into them again in the Western Conference. He going to punish Shy. He going to punish him. Yeah. He going to punish him, man. That dude, man, he is a. And where was he? What was he when he got drafted? Was he undrafted? No, I mean, no. What was he? No, I'm sorry, not undrafted. I don't know who I'm thinking of. Brunson was second round. I don't know why I got Brunson on the brain. Harper was drafted when and where?
Thank you.
Was he top 10 pick?
Almost positive.
Top 10 pick?
Let's see.
I know we got to go, but because I don't. My son, he be more so in the drafts now.
Yeah, he went second overall.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Dylan Harper.
Yeah.
Steph, I love you, man. I know what Doug Gottlieb said about your ankles after that tournament run that Davidson said, and all the rest of them. Jay Billis was included. I don't know. They all had doubts. I didn't. But at this stage and age, man, as much as I love Steph, man, Dylan Harper is my starter. I'm getting rid of Fox. I'll bring in a backup. I'll bring in a Fabricio Roberto or Vinny Del Negro just to maintain. If we got a 15-point lead, Vinny, all I need you to do is go in there and not lose it. I'm trying to say we don't want what Joker had that year that he took shot of 7 games, have no amiable backup, backup. We just need somebody to let Dylan catch his breath, because when he get back out, that dude is.
He's proven his talent. He's proven, you went to the finals, so you are in as clutch a situation as you can, and now you know what to do with it. Oh yeah, year 2 with that team.
That's my Double J.
Continuity means a whole lot.
How many minutes per game did he play in the finals? Harp. Because we all know his daddy was a dog. Ask Lynn Bias, man, he rests. I'm talking about
31.
How many minutes did Wemby play a game? How many minutes did Fox play per game?
Too many.
But I do think that ankle thing had played a
36 and a half.
Yeah. Give Harp 36 minutes a game. That's what I say, Gully. Woo.
Right.
Woo. Man, that dude's scary, man. He's one of the few players I've seen.
31 minutes. Yeah, Dylan Harper at 39 minutes. And then De'Aaron Fox had 36.
Yeah, see, his measurables match his ability.
Yeah.
It's almost, I know this might be a reach, but I recall years ago, different sport, but again, this might be a little bit of reach, but I remember watching John Elway at Stanford. Mm-hmm. I wasn't surprised that he beat the Browns 3 times. Because who else on that offensively, that Denver squad going to any type of Hall of Fame? Not none of them receivers, even though they was called the 3 Amigos, not Sammy Winder, not Steve Sewell. That was, you know what I'm saying? He's just that good. He's just that good. You know what I'm saying? Dylan Harper is that good, bro. Sorry. Just is.
Yeah, let's go with it now.
Okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is your favorite portion of the program. No, not the end.
Almost the end, because we got to get going. We got to just be here late.
Barbershop, welcome back. What is it? Okay, well, go ahead and get to it.
It's Name That Superstar. And of course, for those in the audience, I present to you a individual of my choosing for whatever reasons I feel of picking them. And usually it has some kind of correlation to some show or at least some recency.
Double J,
and so we're going to go with, in this case, it was from a previous show. So here we are in none other. So we'd been with
Jason Williams,
NBA Live 2003 previously.
But now Swift and Jason Williams.
NBA Street Volume 2. And yes, Barbershop Jay, you are correct. That is Jason Williams. However, that is not who we're talking about. We're actually talking about the teammate he is lobbing it to.
That's Stromae Swift.
White Chocolate was a part of last week's Name That Superstar. And
that's got to be Stromae Swift.
Wow. I didn't even give a clue. That is Stromae Swift.
Shout out to BSJ, baby.
Just come right through.
What you mean?
Gully, take notes because he's got sons here on this program.
Come on, man.
It is a competition, ladies and gentlemen. And I know it is late, but
yes.
You got another one?
I got one more, thankfully.
Hold on, Double J. You gotta give the people a shout out, man. They've been with us for 2 hours and some change, man. Shout out to the people, man, that tuned in and they're staying all the way through the end. You know what I'm saying? Because if without you all, there is no us. We shout out again, baby.
That's right. And I know they were staying for Name That Superstar. And so we have yet another individual, not Jason Kidd. This, of course, is a teammate of his, also an NBA
Rodney Rogers.
Volume 2.
whoever that is, number 7, that y'all, he probably only played one day in the league.
Hey, that ain't Rodney Rogers.
Nah.
You know, Gully, last week's show,
why is his head on
we
backwards?
actually went into depth about that particular core of the New Jersey Nets at the time. And this was, of course, one of the pivotal figures in that rotation. And
Kerry Kittles?
That can't be Kerry Kittles, bro. Man, Kerry Kittles did not look like the bottom of my shoe, bro. Oh man, come on. And why is his head on backwards?
Kittles, bro. No,
that can't be Kerry Kittles, bro. Nah.
Yo, man, what was it? Listen, once upon a time, we thought this was elite graphics, bro.
What year? Who did these graphics? You didn't do this.
This is compliments of EA Sports Big.
Yo,
around 2003, NBA Street Volume 2 came out.
Well, tell Big I said don't let the sauce be his boss. Okay, next time. All right.
So that's right. Again, Kerry Kittles was selected 8th overall in the famous 1996 draft. He was he set an NBA rookie record at the time with 158 three-pointers made. And of course, he was alongside Jason Kidd, as seen in this image here.
Horn, Kenyon Martin, Richard Jefferson, Jason Kidd. I forget who the backup point guard was. Yeah, because they went back to back. I think they got swept twice, didn't they?
No, they got swept by the Lakers, and they lost in 6 to the Spurs in 2003.
Yep, back-to-back NBA Finals appearances. Correct.
But who? Keith Van Horn. Who was the center? Who was the center on that team?
Jason Williams, the
Jason Williams, the guy in the shooting accident.
Yeah.
Accident.
That Jason, unfortunately, yeah. But bro, don't show that picture again, please. You know what I'm saying? You almost had me throw up in my oatmeal. Why was his head on backwards?
Right.
You know what I'm trying to say? I love the idea. Okay, I don't love the Knicks, but I love this idea. But maybe can you
No, that's the whole point, bro. That's the whole point. That's why you're going back. That's why you're digging back in the crates. Like,
you're looking ugly like that.
Yes, that's the whole point because they're making a guess.
Okay, that was too ugly.
Listen, that's what makes it. Look. That's what makes it so remarkable that you figured out that was Strobel Smith.
Yeah, how did on earth did you?
Listen, you were still giving clues. He was like Strobel Smith.
Right, I didn't even say a word yet. He was Jason Williams, Strobel Smith. I'm like, what?
Bruh, let me tell you something about my memory. It might be bad or terrible, but it ain't bad. Did I say that right? I don't even know.
It might be terrible, but it ain't bad. I got you.
So again, Strobel Swift, of course, was the 2nd overall in the 2000 draft to the then Vancouver Grizzlies. Known as one of the best in-game dunkers, as on display here.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Played for
Sharif Abdul-Rahim was on that team too. Wasn't Sharif Abdul-Rahim on that team?
Yeah, he hadn't got traded to Sacramento yet.
That's right. Yeah, post game.
And what could have been?
Yeah, post game baby. I don't know why y'all come on here trying to test my skills. Don't play me. Play yourself. Yeah, let's get on out here, man. These folks been with us forever and a day. Y'all like that Stromile, baby? Don't play me. These glasses work sometime. You know what I'm saying? I seen that, didn't I? But I can't see what you saying.
Clearly, we've established that.
And I ain't playing. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Now take me off this Zoom call. I ain't got no pants on. I'm just saying.
All right, man. This been fun, bro. This been fun.
Yeah. Salute.
Yeah. Thanks to everybody.
Hey, but one more time though, man. Shout out to the peoples, man.
Shout out to the people.
Man, all of them folks still tuning in, man. Hey, stop frying bacon. All the people still tuning in, man. How can you say we don't win? Oh, let me stop. Don't do that.
Hi.
I'm over here groping myself on TV. Take us out. Deuces. Your boy Jay, I'm out, baby.